Eight in the gate, locked and loaded. And they're off. Even start for all participants. Uteless gets the better of it, darts out to the lead from the inside along with Naturals. As they run the opening quarter in 22 and change, they are cruising down to the backstretch and into the home. It's the final furlong. Lock of the evening now, by a length and a half ahead. No Inspiration, no shot. Lock of the evening over No Inspiration and Marvelous Mitch.
What's up, my fellow NFT collectors and horse racing fans? It's time for Friday night races with Knowz. What's up, Mo? Are you ready to go?
Yo, what up, Vault? What up, chat? Yes, sir. Friday night races, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Let's go. True Stoners in the chat. As always, he's ready to go. Space Ben is ready to go. We got a newbie in the house. Chris Duke wants to find out how to bet. We'll definitely be doing some betting tonight, and we'll be talking about all the other questions you asked as well. What's up, Dennis O'Connor? We got Daniel Marquez here. Happy Friday, Marquez. Happy Friday, everybody in the chat. We got some good races tonight. We got a grade 1 coming up, but unfortunately, you guys know how it is when there's two grade 1s at the same time. We might possibly get rugged when we try to watch this race. We figured we'd go ahead and go live and try to watch it. We'll see what happens. That was the last race, and there was like a race 2 minutes before that, so we still haven't been able to pull up. You haven't even been able to pull this one up. We're going to do it this way. I got it pulled up right here, Mode. You got yours ready to go?
Yeah, you're looking at the juvenile or the national history?
National history.
Gotcha.
All right, here we go. Good luck if you're in this race. If it starts, it might not start.
It's a $1 million question. Oh, looks like we're good. They might have fixed it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you might be good. Let me try to refresh. Yeah, no. Nope, not over here.
No, we're not good over there, ladies and gentlemen. There's a technical difficulty here.
That's a different race. I'll try to
Let's
get it
just
from
send
here.
it back to the booth.
Yeah, nope, I got no race. Let's
Well, we gave it the old college try, you know?
We thought that might happen. It happens sometimes when they have two races going on at the same time. This one starts in 22 seconds. The national history one, that's the one I was on. It still hasn't started yet, technically. It says it starts in 22 seconds.
Oh.
Or no, it says results in 22 seconds.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'm in this next one coming up, the Rancher Handicap. We got several more going on. We're going to be doing some betting before this next race so that I can show Chris how to bet. And yeah, that happens a lot of times when we have two races going on at the same time. See, this was 6:59 and this one was 6:59. They're still showing the one that was 2 minutes before because that always happens. All right, the next one happens in about 6 minutes, the Rancher Handicap. I'm in this one. I'm in the one coming up after that. We're going to do a bet. Looks like my bot is going through and putting everybody back into my memberships. Don't worry about that. I think that does that once a month. All right, I got this horse Clash. It's one of my A+ horses. Doesn't have a great record.
What do you mean don't worry about that? We appreciate the support, okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for supporting VV Vault, chat,
Absolutely.
okay? No, don't just discount it. No, it doesn't mean nothing.
I don't think
all right?
none of those people are here right now. That's the thing. But yeah, right. We do
all right,
appreciate
fair
it,
enough.
of
All right, we don't
course,
care
of
then.
course.
All right, move on.
All right, yeah. We got a lot of horses in this chat, but no S tiers. A few S minuses. My A+ might stand a chance, and it's a Rancher Handicap. That's probably why it's a handicap race where they're going to be carrying some weight, which is dependent on their class. So let's go through and see who's racing in this one. It starts in 5 minutes, and we'll go back and make a bet on one of the other races coming up. All right, we got Ebenezer Scrooge, or just Ebenezer from Big Brain Stables, carrying 2 pounds. Bloody Zeppelin, Grape Syndicate. This is my horse Clash. He's got 4 pounds on him. We got Tepid Coke from GBT Wimbledon. Hellfire from True Stoners stable. That's the Stoner Circle. We got Aspen Mo from Jacob Cook's stable. That's Almighty JC. The Sequel from Gramps stable. We got Smokin' Joe from OEB. Artie Novena from the Dogs of Anarchy. Long Bay from Barbarian stable. First time I've seen that stable name. Secret Mojo from Black Type stables. Interquest from NA stables. Artie W. White from Revere Ranch. Shout out to Revere Ranch. And Devil Gate Drive, another OEB horse. And as you can see, some of these horses are carrying weight. You're not able to bet on this one. Betting window is closed. It starts in 4 minutes. We'll get everything set up so we can call that, so that Mo can call that race. And while we wait for that race to start, we'll go and try to make a bet. And I'll show you how to bet since you had asked about that. All right, we got that all set up. Let's go see what bets or what races are available to place bets on. The Conservation Maiden. I'm in this race, so we'll try to make a bet. We only got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to decide what we're going to bet on. What's up, Bruin88? Welcome all the new Omi homies. I think those are old Omi homies, but appreciate you, Bruin. That's me, Dogs of Anarchy. Okay, I think you might have told me that before. Sorry, I didn't realize that. We got to remember that if you win a race, give you a chat win. Shout out to the Dogs of Anarchy Ranch. All right, we got to pick who we're going for. Lemon Sour Puff is my horse. Not one of my good horses, though, so we might not want to bet on it, although there's not a ton of competition in here. We got 2 minutes to decide. It's a left turf, and the conditions are sloppy. So we're looking for a horse that prefers soft, which is my horse. Aromatic as well. Delightful's got a half a star on soft. Looks like we got all soft horses pretty much in this race. Yep. So are we going to be a homer and bet on our own horse? We could go on one of these S minuses. Trailblazer Racing has Delightful with an S minus and only a half a star. Since it's sloppy, though, I think having more stars on soft is going to come in handy on this race. I think I'm going to go ahead and bet my own horse here. It hasn't won a race for me yet in 13 tries, but maybe today's the day. I'm going to bet 500 across the board on my horse Lemon Sour Puff. And when I say across the board, that means you can bet win, place, and show. This is just pretty much how you bet. You go in here, you pick the horse you want to put your derby on. This is your derby up here. You get free derby whenever you sign up for an account. And then you can just pick the horse that you think is going to win. A lot of people like to do that. I like to bet across the board. I like to bet win, place, or show. I'll put 500 on win, place, and show on that one horse that I picked. All right, now that I got my bet for this Conservation Maiden that's going off in about, I don't know, 11 minutes maybe. Let's check out the Rancher Handicap, get it pulled up and ready to go. We got 2 minutes. This is the race we just went through the horses on. So we got some good horses, some of my better horses racing later on tonight. I'm excited about Joker racing tonight. Joker so far has ran 3 races and gotten 3 wins. So he's undefeated so far. What's up, Genuine? Thanks for hanging out. What's up, VV Darklink is in the chat as well. Daniel Marquez says he pledges to join soon. I'm just very unlucky and stinky at horses. As long as you're paying attention and figuring out how all this all works, you'll have a little bit of a advantage. Chris Duke wants to know the website. It's beta.photofinish.live. Yeah, .live. I think it's linked in the description, but I'll link it in the chat, or at least you can copy and paste it from there. We got the biggest bro in the chat as well. All the Omi homies are here. Good luck if you guys are racing tonight. I got some of my slower horses racing to start out. But like I was talking about, I got Joker racing tonight. He's 3 for 3. He hasn't lost a race yet. And the problem is I had to decide. I wanted to race during the stream. I had to decide, do I want him at 7 furlongs and a soft track? He prefers firm, but he's been winning on soft. Or do I run him at 8 furlongs and a firm track tonight? And I don't know. Which one would you do, Mo?
I'd run him on stream. Probably go shorter with him, right? Isn't he good short?
Well, he's only ran 7 3 times in a row, and he's won all 3 of them. He's a firm horse. He's won on soft a couple of times. I went ahead and ran him on 8, but I ran him on firm instead of running him on 7 soft. It was a tough decision.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
Strong horse, man. Very strong horse.
Thank you so far. Yeah. And tomorrow night, my S Plus will be able to run her first race, Eka Mouse. I'm super excited about that horse, my first S Plus. What is firm or soft? Good question, Chris Duke. That's whether the horse prefers to run on firm or soft, and soft would be if it rains. Firm would be if it's dry and it didn't rain. So if it's sloppy, that means it's super, super soft because it rained a lot. All right, this race is about to get our first race of the night. Good luck if you guys are in it. Here we go.
And if you ask my girlfriend, firm or soft means whether or not I'm sleeping on the couch.
All right, race fans. Horses are in the gate here for the opener on Friday Night Races. And they're off in the Rancher Handicap. And it's Hardy W. White who heads out to lead along with Ebenezer and Long Bay. And back in 4th on the outside, that's Devilgate Drive and Interquest in 5th. Back in 6th here early on, it's Hellfire carrying 3 pounds as they make their way past the clubhouse for the first time in this 9 furlong right turning affair on the turf. Things are sloppy today, but Revere Ranch is having no problem with it so far as Artie White shoots out to the lead and holds it by 2 over Doublegate Drive. And down on the rail, that's Ebenezer, and it's Inner Quest still stalking here in 4th. Hellfire now advances from the back of the pack and moves into 5th along with the sequel, who shows some good speed and is bobbing and weaving in traffic down at the back. But now as we move back to the top of the pack, it's Doublegate Drive, who starts to kick clear here by 2. Half mile and 48 and change, and he leads by 3. And it's the next pair of Ebenezer and Artie White who are duking it out for 2nd and 3rd. And it's Hellfire who continues to sneak the pace here and clash out of Vault Stables. And its sequel still in 6th with about 7 to make up as they make their way into the far turn now. And it's Ebenezer who makes an early advancing move and goes right on by Doublegate Drive. And just like that, now it's Ebenezer's race to lose. Ebenezer leads by 2 with Artie White now fading down on the rail. And on the far, far outside, it's Artie White with Doublegate Drive, and he takes the lead back and yoinks it from Ebenezer. And now it's Ebenezer who has some work to do on the inside. It's Ebenezer and Batesville Drive as Rancher Handicap is coming to a close. The final 200 meters to go. Ebenezer on the inside, Doublegate Drive on the outside. Artie White also advancing, but not today as they move into the wire. It's Ebenezer taking home in the opener over Doublegate Drive and Hellfire. 1:14.5, your order of finish.
Shout out to Ebenezer from Big Brain Stables. The #1 horse wins the #1 race of Friday night races. Great call, Mo. My horse was looking all right there, looking strong. He had a chance to make a run, but he didn't have anything left when they came around the bend on that last turn. Daniel Marquez.
Yeah, so what you think here? Probably shouldn't have been running 9 furlongs, huh?
Yeah, it might have been a little bit too long for him. I'm always testing my horses at a different distances. It takes a while to get the perfect distance. Except for this horse, this Joker horse, I think I just got lucky and picked his perfect distance. That's 7 furlongs, and I'm just gonna try to keep running him there as long as he keeps winning. Like I said, I'm actually gonna do 8 furlongs tonight. We'll see if that works out for me. I didn't want to run him on a soft track, so that was the decision I made. I'm kind of
in good segue. I know we got 5 minutes before the next race. You may want to check out the latest updates to Racer's Edge. Yo, this guy has been killing it.
What's the new
yeah,
updates?
so now there's all race data. He's tracking it by by distances, and there's some different filters you can go through and actually start pulling in some data to analyze.
Oh,
so
the racing.
Pretty cool what he's got going on, man. Big update.
We need to remind me to put this into the description if I don't have the link for it already in my description of our live stream. Here's the link to this Racer's Edge. This is what the guys who play this game use all the time to decide which horses they want to buy. And apparently now you can research the races as well through this website. And the person who puts it together does a really good job of getting all the information that you need and different ways that you don't necessarily see on the website itself. So this is something you might want to check out if you're digging more into the information, into the numbers. That's going to give you a little bit of an edge. That's why it's called Racer's Edge.
I mean, this should be the only thing you're using, to be honest. I mean, everything you need is going to be there. You know, I mean, if you're thinking about buying horses, that's where your data is going to be. They show you information that's not on Magic Eden. You know, so definitely be using that website. Not sponsored, just for visibility. You know,
but yeah, if you are putting money into the NFTs, you're going to buy one of the actual tickets that are on the Solana blockchain. You definitely want to use Racer's Edge, have the best information. Chris Duke wants to know about how you even get a horse. I can show you that. What you do is, for example, like I said, you'd want to use this website, and you go to something like Racer's Edge, and let's see. It looks like it changed up a little bit. All right, so you can search which ones are available to purchase. You used to be able to. Did they change it? I feel like it's different now. Maybe I'm in the wrong area.
Yeah. The site's definitely had a little bit of an overhaul. I actually don't even know if I've gone into the purchasing aspect of it. Yeah, I think you're in the right spot, no?
See, it used to be you would just go to the purchasing place right here, and maybe it's in here somewhere. Oh, sales history. Nope, coming soon. But basically, you're buying it from Magic Eden. Magic Eden is I guess it's called the market.
The marketplace.
Yeah, Magic Eden's the marketplace for the Solana NFTs, and that's where, it's not the only Solana marketplace, but that's where these NFTs exist. And so did the profile picture projects that led to these tickets, which we could talk about. If you see me on Twitter, the profile picture I use is an example. That's one of the NFTs that ended up turning into these tickets. You had the Studley Stud NFTs and the Fancy Phillies or something, and you could get a Studley Stud and a Fancy Philly and put them together, and you get one of these tickets. So the tickets are the tier or the class that the horse would be. So you can see, of course, the ones that are like B tier tickets for B tier horses are cheaper than the ones that are S tier tickets for S tier horses. But once you click on one of these tickets, you can find out the details and the information about that horse before you buy it, which is also important. Of course, there's some little bit of variance here, and Mo knows more about it. Maybe Mo can explain all the variance that goes along with matching up your PFPs that created that ticket, right?
Yeah, so I think it's what your four main attributes, right? It's like your hat, your clothes, your background color, and your horse color, right? So basically, you get your four attributes, and depending on how many of those match, you'll then get a boost into the bred baby. So that's why if you look at, I mean, again, I'm actually looking at Racer's Edge myself. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the sales aspect of it, but as far as like the race data, there's so much more here. Because yeah, you used to be able to go in and just sort by like for sale and then go into the actual sales page, but not quite sure where we moved that to.
Yeah, once I figure out exactly how to look at it on Racer's Edge, you'll be able to see all the information in a lot cleaner, almost like a spreadsheet format where you can see the best deals. And right now, of course, the fillies are the most expensive, the female horses, because whenever you breed, as I always say on the stream, whenever you breed, if you have a female horse, you get to keep the baby. And if you have a male horse, you don't get to keep the baby, you get the money for the breed. So if you want to build your stable, you need to have female horses so that you can reproduce and have the babies, if that makes sense. That's why the female horses and the tickets for the female horses are more expensive. Even the female horses during the beta on the marketplace, you'll see, are more expensive. Like I mentioned in the chat, I bought one last week for was it 50K? And flipped it for 100K because I just knew people would pay that much for the fillies. And you were asking about the Bs. Can the Bs win? Yes, Bs can definitely win. B pluses, maybe not as much. B pluses, maybe some A minus or some A's. And that's because you have these handicap races where some of the horses have to carry extra weight because they're higher tier, and sometimes that handicap depends on how many races they've won or how old they are. So if you're playing it right and you know the correct way to enter your horses into races, which we will explain to you, then you can definitely win with B tier horses. And plus you can breed those up to A tier horses. What's up, Jim Guns? Good luck, my man, tonight if you're racing with us. We got one coming up right now. It is the Conservation Maiden. I got one of my horses in this one, but not one of my best horses, but I did put my money on it, so maybe it wins tonight. Good luck if you're in this race. Here we go. That's the wrong button. My bad.
All right, we gotta watch out for that wrong button. Over here, we call it the sideways button. Beauty-hoo, it's race time here on Friday Night Races. 10 horse field, locked and loaded. And they're rolling in the Conservation Maiden. And from the inside, it's Delightful who shoots out to the lead along with Alpha Beta. And it's Aromatic who moves up now in the second along with Lemon Sour Puff and Blue Hawaii. And the back of the pack, that's Thunder Zeus now with a quick surge here to dart to the top of the pack as they make their way into the clubhouse turn in the 7 furlong left turning affair. And as they make their way now into the backstretch, opening quarter in 24 and change, it's Aromatic who shows the way over Alpha Beta. And it's Blue Hawaii who's about 2 lengths off the leader and now challenged by the inside of Delight. It's Fellini is the new challenger here on the board, followed by Lemon Sour Puff at 1.6 to 1. And Cheesy Marinade also looks like the co-favorite here in the race, but they got some work to do as they ran the half mile in 48 change. As they make their way into the far turn now, it's Alpha Beta as the new leader. And on the far outside, that's Blue Hawaii and Delightful's down on the rail looking in third. Aromatic also looking to challenge here, sits along in fourth with Cheesy Marinade and Lemon Sour Puff. And just like that, they're shaking them up and heading for home. It's Alpha Beta with the lead and Delightful down on the rail. Steam Engine from in between horses with room to go. Cheesy Marinade also with easy running here into the final 100. Alpha Beta, Steam Engine, Cheesy Marinade, pick a horse, any horse from splitting the pack at the wire. It's going to be Alpha Beta, 99 to 1. But those odds never matter. It's 7-4-9, your order of finish.
Shout out to Alpha Beta with a very close race there. All three of those horses were right within a whiskers of winning. And it was Alpha Beta from New York Digital Racing who got the win. Steam Engine took second, and then Cheesy Marinade gets third place. My horse was in there for a little bit, Lemon Sour Puff.
I
But
always get excited when your horses show up, and then I don't know how they go.
well, I got these S tier horses, dude. Just wait till the S tier horses race. These are my weak horses. I got some big horses coming up in this Spanish Moss Allowance. I got two of my S tier horses racing in this one. The problem is all my horses, or my S tier horses anyway, all have the same preferences: right, dirt, and firm. So whenever I'm looking for races to get in during the stream, there's only like two to choose from. So I got Joker in one of them, and then I got Harley Quinn and Omi Billionaire in this race, and that one's coming up here in a few minutes. I think, yeah, you can still bet on this race. Let's see how much time we have, though, before we start placing any bets.
Doctor Strange in the house.
Shout out to Doctor Strange. I hope you got some horses in tonight's races. I've seen a lot of the races are pretty filled up. Lots of people racing. All right, this one is going to be one with nothing but A plus horses, A's, and then one B down here. It's the Nebraska Handicap of 4 furlongs, so it's going to be a sprint. And we got a few minutes before this race begins. I wanted to talk to Chris Duke, if you're still in the chat, about how to pick which race to get in. They make it really easy for you. For example, I guess that wouldn't work. Let me pick a horse that's not already in a race. For example, if I wanted to race this horse, what you're really wanting to do is find a race that is left, turf, and soft, like we talked about, means that it's raining. So it's going to be running towards the left on a turf instead of a dirt, and it's going to be soft. But what they have is this find recommended races button that you can just click on. And all you really need to remember is this one right here. Does it prefer soft or firm? And I know this horse prefers soft, so if I go find recommended races, I'd want to, of course, look at my horse and try to figure out what distance to run him at. And in this case, this horse never wins anything, so that'd be a hard decision. But what would you want to do if it's a horse that has ran before is, of course, go down here and see which distances it finishes best at, or which distances it gets its best fleet figures at. In this case, I'm not really worried about which distance I'm running them at, so I'm going to just look for a soft race, which means something that I think it's going to rain. This one's got a 60% chance of rain. This one's got an 80% chance of rain. And I can also put this horse into a maiden race, because maiden races are races for horses that have never ran a race before. If it even had won one, I could look for a handicap race, since it's kind of a low tier A minus. That way the other horses that have a better rating than it will have to carry extra weight. So this one is a requirement for age 4 or older. A lot of people retire their best horses that are that old. So I might go ahead and put them in this one, and hope that he doesn't have too stiff a competition. Dr. Strange says, I need horses. I've been keeping my eye on the marketplace. I have not seen a ton of good stuff recently, but if you keep your eye on it, eventually they'll pop up. And I got a question, Mo. Still don't understand this. Look, you got fillies, you got mares. Then what's a brood mare?
Brood mare is a pregnant mare.
Oh, it's pregnant. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, I think I might have asked you that before, but it did not stick. Apparently a broodmare is a pregnant horse, y'all. All right, we got the Nebraska Handicap coming up in 3 minutes. It was a 0% chance of rain. Let's see if
real quick, before we jump into this, I got a bone to pick with you.
Me?
Yeah, another legendary? Really?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been lucky
What the
lately.
hell?
Legendary number 4, too. I haven't sold it yet, though.
Sheesh.
But legendary number 3 sold for $750, so I had it listed for $699. It didn't sell yet. We're talking about the DC comic drop on Thursday. They dropped the first appearance of Harley Quinn as a comic, or in the comics. And yeah, you have a chance to hit a common, an uncommon, a rare, an epic, or a legendary being the best. There's only 200 of the legendaries, and I got a legendary 2 weeks in a row, so I'm way up on that platform. The plan here, of course, like I said last time, was the plan. This time it really is the plan. Sell the legendary and buy a bat cow. I need a bat cow. I'm going to buy a bat cow. I just got to find the perfect one, though. And I've seen some nice ones I've been watching over the week. They have that. I don't know if you know about it. There's a bot on Twitter, like a Twitter bot that shows every time a bat cow gets purchased. And I've been seeing some really nice ones get bought up around the floor price. So I know if I keep my eye on it, I'll be able to snipe one that I like anyway. I'm not buying any of those pink ones or purple ones.
I should have bought the one. Someone had the green and white with the long ears for $479. Obviously, I'm a Jets fan, so I was like, you know what? That probably would have been the one to buy. I still don't know if they're necessary, man. They're helpful, but they're not necessary. You don't know what I think? You know what, really want to know what I think?
Yes, I do.
I don't think we're going to get Action Comics 1 during the initial Batcal run.
Why not?
I think they're going to do a cape afterwards.
A cape?
I think they're going to go
Oh, a
because
bat cape.
it's a 2 year utility, right?
Oh, is it? It only lasts for 2 years?
Yeah, the Batcal is only what 2 years. I think they said it was like
Ooh.
someone might be able to correct me on that. There was actually like a mapped out timeline, right? So wouldn't it make sense to do maybe they'll do like Detective Comics 27 during the Cal run and then do like a Superman cape mint and then
That,
use that as like a catalyst for Action Comics #1? Wouldn't that make more sense?
man, that makes all the sense in the world. I don't love it though. I guess I'm not buying a Batcow then. It's already been a year. But then again, Detective Comics 27 hasn't dropped yet, and you're gonna need that to hit that, or you're gonna want early access for that drop for sure.
Well, we haven't seen, and again, I'm not a huge comic guy, but I'm doing my research, right? The top 4 DC comics, Superman #1 is the fourth.
Yeah, I hear you. I know that first appearance of Robin is in the top 10.
Yeah, but it's still not even top. That's still not the top three. The
No.
top three is Batman #1, Action Comics #1, and what is it? I think it's the first appearance of Flash.
Yep, that's a big one in DC. I figured first appearance of Joker would be big too, but I never hear anything about it. Shout out to Dennis O'Connor. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. Yeah, getting lucky on those DC drops. I told somebody in my Discord I should really not go for any more DC drops for like 2 months because the chances of me getting something else good again is like not going to happen. It's probably no chance I get another legendary or even an epic. All right, guys, it's time for the Nebraska Handicap Sprint. Good luck if you're in this race. This is the right button.
All right, we are down at the track.
Thank you, Bolt. I had to throw the cat out, if you know what I mean. Horses are all in line, 9-horse field. And they're rolling here in the Nebraska Handicap. And it's Dr. Doom, which heads up to the lead along with Smoking Chiba, who showed girly speed. And it's Rat Tat 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 along with Cheesy Marinade in fourth, followed by Meldine in fifth, and it's Big Cock is in sixth here with about 5 to make up early on as they head into the opening turn. And there's 4 furlong left, turning affair on the turf. Soft track, and it's whackety whack as Nicky 5, runner Dr. Doom, and Rat Tat Tat are side by side here. And we heading to the final turn, quarter and 22 and change. And just like that, we got ourselves a race, folks, as the Lawn and Stamford Road now challenge the leader and go right on by. Now it's the Lawn ahead by a neck. Stamford Road down at the rail. Big Cock from in between horses, but not going to get him today. It's the Lawn taking it home over the Cock and Cheesy Marinade.
I'm trying the way you say the cop. Trying to keep it together, y'all. He's killing me. The cook.
The Cock.
Shout out to the Lawn with the win. I'm trying, y'all. Oh my goodness. Like, apparently, Space Ben had a horse. He was Smoking Chiba. I liked that horse name a lot too. There's some good horse names in that one. We know which one was the best. I won't say it because I'll start laughing again. What's up? Let's play Alluvium. Says I got 3 epics on DC, 2 in a row. Ooh, and 0 legendary. Oh, well, if you get an epics, though, you're doing all right. Epics are good stuff. I think I'm going to get nothing but commons and uncommons, at least for the next month. I got
Yeah, I'm common gang for life.
Yeah, well, that's how I am on VB, so I wouldn't be
Oh
surprised.
no, actually, I got the epic when I was with you on. You know what? You got to have me on DC stream. That's got it. Because the only time I got a good one was when I was streaming with you.
I was going to say, I remember you did get an epic. Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Adam. I got the epic.
Nice. All right, guys, we got another race coming up in 6 minutes and 33 seconds. I got a couple of my S-tier horses in this race. And then coming up right after that, let's check it out. This is the one I've been waiting for. It's got about 15 minutes. The Tropical Club Stakes. The condition is soft. I think it was supposed to be like a 0% chance of rain. That's why I picked this race. I could have ran him in a 7 furlong race. Dang, it ended up raining. I think it was like a 20% chance of rain. That's not good for my horse. But then again, all the horses in this race appear to be firm. So we
There you go.
got an S plus in here from Solonite. We got Tony Soprano in here from True Stoner. This is my horse Joker. 3 races, 3 wins. He's gonna try to keep the winning streak alive. I don't know. I'm worried. It rained. That doesn't help. But he's been winning in the rain. But before that, we got a couple more races. We got a race right before that, the Spanish Moss allowance, and then right afterwards, we're gonna have a blue crab allowance. Let's go ahead and put a bet. Let's go ahead and bet. Should we bet on Joker? Of course, we're definitely betting on Joker. I'm even going 1,000 across the board on Joker. I got to. He's won the last 3 races. Of course.
You know, I was denied changing my name to Joker.
Joe Kerr? Why
I was gonna
that?
change. I was having such a run, dude. Everything I was pulling that. I pulled the epic Joker during the D1 drop on HRO. Then next week I got like the mythic, or next month or whatever, I got the mythic in that box that I bought.
Wow, nice.
I was like, shit, man, I was making bank. I was to change my name to Joker.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Joe E
My girl-
space Kerr.
J-O-E, because my name is Joe. I would have Joe,
Okay.
yeah, Kerr. I was legit thinking about doing it, man. I'm gonna tattoo that on my ass or something. But
But that works.
my girl was like, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not dating some dude named Joker.
Yeah, I agree with you, Doctor Strange. The last comic pumped a bit since drop day. I was telling them in the DC Discord, I'm like, how is it that Batman Adventures number 12, the first appearance of Harley Quinn in the comics, is cheaper than Harley Quinn number 1? That Batman number 12 should definitely be more expensive. Bruin88 says, I'm not even getting the drops. Are you using my technique, Bruin88? I've hit in every single drop on that DC platform since the Superman drop using my Chrome Gate. If you don't know about Chrome Gate, you want to find out about Chrome Gate. If Joker wins 4 in a row, I'm minting my 4th legendary. I don't even mint my 3rd legendary yet. Daniel Marquez and the secret rare Haunted Trolls. Oh yeah, Mo knows. I heard about that on Twitter. Tell me about the Haunted Trolls. Didn't you win something?
Oh, bro. Yeah, man. First of all, I love that project. My timeline is filled with such bullshit on a daily basis, man. Not your stuff. But, man, Haunted Trolls and Biscuits, her name is, right? Such positive stuff on the feed, right? She's always, posting these things. And, yeah, she's got these cool Haunted Troll NFTs she gives away for free just to kind of boost morale on Twitter. Such a good idea. And, yeah, man. So I had one that was really cool. Had, like, the skeleton body that I got. I was excited about that. But then, you keep an eye on Twitter, right? You might get them gems. Yeah, she posted like a secret scarce one or whatever. It was like 1 of 1 or something.
Nice.
I was like, cool. Yeah, snag that, man. It was pretty nice. But yeah, cool project. I mean, again, she puts them up for free. She's not trying to make bank off them or anything, but it's a cool idea. Yeah, it's really, she's a good artist. She's a hell of an artist.
Yeah, I've seen them. They look really cool. And I know Biscuit, she's a triple OG. She's been around since as long as I have. I've been talking to her for forever. So it's cool to know that she has her own project. I've seen them before. I thought they were like expensive. I thought they cost money. I didn't know she gave them out for free. That's pretty cool. Bro,
And Daniel Marquez, I don't know if you would have beat me to it, brother. I'm serious,
that?
man. I was on an open sea snipe. I had it all set up, man.
Oh, he was trying to get it too. It was a snipe
Oh,
competition
yeah.
on
It
open
was a comp.
sea.
Yeah.
Brood88 said he only had 9 tabs open. I had 28 tabs, bro. Those are rookie numbers. 9 tabs. You need way more. I don't know about way more. I'd try to get at least 20 on a big drop. I'd be way
They gotta
more than
fix
20.
that, right?
Yeah, you should have to KYC to get into the queue. I don't know. I mean,
Nah, you should have, not KYC, you should have to just log in. That's the problem.
Yeah. Just have one queue per account. Absolutely. But then
Right
again,
now, you go there, it tracks it on your cookies in your browser, which is why ChromeGate works, right?
Right.
So you go in, boom. Then, yeah, you go through the queue, and then it has you log in,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
And I'm just like, huh.
It's
But yeah, I
really-
mean, if they made you log in first and then put you in the queue, I mean, you wouldn't really be able to do that. So,
That's true. It's really bad for the people with multiple accounts, people making like 20 or 30 accounts, because once you get through the queue, you can just switch accounts and buy as many as you want.
that's all right. So listen, making the ChromeGate with 20 tabs, like I can actually do. I'm okay with that, right? I understand it. But being able to get through a queue, buy one, log out with that account, log it to another account, and buy it on the same queue time, that is absurd. That should, I don't know how the hell that gets through the cracks, man. But that should not be a thing. That's worse than HRO allowing their market bots to exist as long as they have.
That's what I say too. I think they should fix the queue problem too. But I mean, if I don't do it and it's a thing, then everybody else is going to do it, and I only get 1 queue, and everybody else gets 20 or 30 queues. I'm not playing that. You don't get to have an advantage over me. So if I know how to do it, and they're not stopping me from doing it, then I'm gonna do it. Marquez
I mean,
said-
listen,
Go ahead,
yeah,
sir.
make them stop you. Like you said.
Well, I'm very open about it on the Discord, so it's not like I'm hiding it or anything. And I stream it, so it is what it is. If they want me to stop, they can let me know. Hopefully, I don't get my account deleted or anything. But everybody else is doing it. Daniel Marquez said he's going to send me one of those. I appreciate you, bro. I'll send you my wallet. That'd be awesome. Let's Play Illuvium says, how about they do something on the IP. Yeah, they could just track the IP and just have 1 Q per IP. Boone88 says, just bought a Jim Food lithograph to match my collectible. Let's go. Jim Food, didn't he do Pop Life art, if I'm not mistaken? I did have that for a long time. I did sell mine recently, but I'm keeping my eye out. I might be buying one of those back pretty soon. All right, guys, we got the Spanish Moss Allowance. This is a 10 furlong race. The condition is soft on this one. I think this is another one, yeah, where it wasn't supposed to rain. All these are firm horses. I don't like this horse. I seen it the other day. The name is Napier. It's too close to home, y'all. That's my last name. What's up with that? All right, it's race time.
All right, let's send it down to the soggy track here for the Spanish Moss Allowance.
Hola, horses Ratigate. ¿Cómo está? Endrop. Y están Ferreira, dirigose a la cabeza. Now, you know what? I actually do not know Spanish, so I'm not even going to butcher it. And they're off here, and it's Harley Quinn who has out to lead, along with Napier and Empty Pockets for third. Back for fourth, that's Patricia Bunica, about 3 lengths off the lead, along with Chief Keef, who's down at the rail. And it's Stop Running, who will do everything but that, and continues to make his way as they cross the wire here for the first time in this 10 furlong right-turning affair on the dirt. And just like that, it's Harley Quinn who still shows the way. And opening quarter in 24 and change, and now it's Napier who takes the lead as Chief Keef now puts the taps brakes on down at the rail. And it's Empty Pockets who runs just on the outside, along with Patricia Bunica back in between horses, about 4 lengths off the lead. And it's Harley Quinn who now finds another gear as they run a half mile in 49 and change, and they're all chasing Chief Keef. Chief Keef now opens up by 2 over Empty Pockets, who runs along here in second. And it's Patricia Bunica around 6 lengths wide on the track. Then back the next threesome of Napier, Aphrodite, and Stop Running is in sixth. And they head down the soggy backstretch here for the final time, and it's still Chief Keef who continues to pour it on in the rain, and now kicks clear by 4 over Empty Pockets. And the next duo of Aphrodite and Stop Running are starting to pick up the pace here as they are running out of time. It's 3 quarters in 1 minute and 14 seconds. And oh, number 9 is out of here. Sniped from the crowd. Fib is back in business. You know when horses are dropping out of the race. And now it's Chief Keef who continues to show the way here, and it's clear by 4 off the top of the turn as they head for home. It's Chief Keef by 4. Harley Quinn now starts to find their best stride here as they pour into the final 200 meters. Chief Keef down at the rail. Harley Quinn on the far outside. Stop Running even on the inside, but Omi Billionaire is also interested. But from the far outside, it's Harley Quinn. Never disappoints for the Vault Bond. Is Harley Quinn taking it home over Chief Keef and Napier?
Shout out to Journey from the Palace, who had 2 horses in there. Stop Running and Chief Keef. He had a good showing in that race as well. But we get a chat winner right there with my horse with the win. Let's go.
Sorry for my Spanish there, by the way, Chad. I didn't mean to offend anybody. But,
I'm not worried about your Spanish, Mo. I'm worried about something else, and I need to talk to you about it because you sound like every bully I ever met in high school. You mispronounced Napier wrong the whole entire time. They always call me Napier, but no, it's Napier. Napier. That's how you pronounce Napier. N-A-P-I-R, Napier. It's my last name, so I saw that horse. I was like, why did somebody get my last name is their horse's name? And then, of course, you're...
well, how did I say it?
One time you said Napier, and I'm like, man, that's what they used to call me, Napier.
Oh, no, well, yeah, so I said that first time because I'm kind of like... It's kind of like, what's his face? Will Ferrell from Anchorman.
Yeah.
Where he just kind of reads everything on the teleprompter. So sometimes when my eyes bounce down to the name for the first time, I'll just say it, right?
Right.
Which could be devastating.
You got better
but
at
I
it
remembered, and I have a friend who lives in Tennessee who I used to play SOCOM with back in the day on PlayStation, and his last name is the same. That's how I actually knew how he pronounced it. So, yeah, that's why I think I switched it up after the first announcement. But
Got you. Thank you, True Stoner. Appreciate you. Thank you, Marquez. I don't know. My clock doesn't seem to be working. Let me try again. Nope, the clock ain't working, but we got about 4 minutes and 45 seconds before the next big race. This is the one I'm excited about. Let's check out which horses are in this race before we get it started. This is the Tropical Club Stakes. Should be a good one. Again, the condition's soft. Don't like that. It was supposed to be firm. All right, we got Seeking the Truth in the number 1 hole from Black Type Stables. We got Alejo from Golden Stables. Tony Soprano from True Stoners Stable, the Stoner Circle. We got the undefeated Joker from the Vault. His sister Harley Quinn just ran a race and won it. They're about to go back-to-back wins. Dane K's got a horse in this one. That's Cheesy Pencil 2. We've seen Cheesy Pencil 2 race several times on the stream. And here's this S plus horse, one of the Maccabi horses, Maccabi Alini. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it sounds right. From Solonot Stables.
Maccabi? Maccabi?
Maccabi? Maccabi. I would say Maccabi.
Maccabi. It's Maccabi.
Maccabi.
He messaged me. He messaged me like the first stream we ever did. He was like, "By the way, this is how you pronounce the name."
And you forgot? Are we doing it wrong? Maccabi.
You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like if you just say the easiest word in the English language like 20 times in a row, it just doesn't sound right anymore. You ever do that?
That's very true. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So this horse has 62 races and 19 wins. Next, we got Mini Amuck from Big Brain Stables, Playmaker from Wolof. Shout out to Wolof, friend of the stream. We got Caesar's Ave from XCOM Stables, Barshiba from Space. Shout out to Ben Space. We got Drunken Noodle. We've seen Drunken Noodle race before from Grape Syndicate, and Valerian Soul also from Grape Syndicate. Several S tier horses in this race, and S pluses in this race, and undefeated horses in this race. It's about to get crazy. We got our money on Joker, of course, because that's my horse. And I don't always bet on my horses, but I'm liking this one. I'm excited about this horse. Tomorrow, guys, we'll be live again at 7 p.m. Tomorrow is Foals Day. We got a lot going on for Foals Day. My horse Cheesy Hair will be giving birth once again. Hopefully we'll be getting another S plus. But speaking of S pluses, Ika Mouse will be able to run her first race tomorrow night. So I'm super excited about that. I expect Ika Mouse to be running. I'm going to run her until she breaks her maiden, hopefully the first race. And then I'm running her in some graded races. I'm going straight to the top with Ika Mouse. If you notice, I have a new horse. I gave it the name Awkward Eye Contact. I told you Mo I was going to name one of my horses Awkward Eye Contact. So Awkward Eye Contact has got some nice stats too. He's going to be looking good. We're going to be running him in 2 weeks from now. Each season lasts 1 week if you're new to the stream or to PFL. And after a week, the season is over, and then all your horses progress 1 year. And once they become 8 years old, they can no longer race. You have to retire them, and the only way to breed horses is to retire them. But you can retire them early. And here's my question, Mo. When should I retire Ika Mouse? Does it depend mostly on how she does or how she performs on the track, or should I just go ahead and retire her and start trying to get a SS minus?
I mean, again, are we talking for beta, or are we talking how should you approach it if you're going to approach it the same exact way when the game is actually live? Like, which way are we talking?
That's a good
Because they're two
question.
completely different answers.
I'll probably never afford an S plus horse whenever we're live, so I would have to say, what would you do if it was the beta? You try to race to the top?
If it was the beta, I'm going to race until the wheels fall off. I mean, yeah.
Oh, I hear you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, until that horse is no longer dominating. You know what I mean? If you don't find a distance for like 5 races, right? And you're taking third, taking fourth, right? And you're like, my speed figures aren't good. I need to iron out the distance. Got to get the right track, right? If that's the case, find your distance. And if you stop winning, then I'd probably retire it. But I mean, again, if that's in beta, I think when the game goes live, I think it's just going to really come down to how much should people really invest for that horse, like financially, right?
Right.
Like if you paid $1,000 for the horse and you're up 10 G's and you want to breed, then you might be willing to retire that horse. But if you don't get the right track and you don't get the right condition for 3 seasons, which is going to be 3 months, right?
Right.
You might want to keep racing that horse out for a little bit longer. But
that makes sense. Do you think whenever we go live and the seasons are once a month that they'll have to rest longer between races?
Yeah, I think everything's going to multiply by 4.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it just makes sense. So I think right now, if we have like an 8-hour window of cooldown, I don't think that 8-hour window is going to stay the same when we're, multiplying everything by a series of 4, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think an 8-hour window is now going to turn into like a 32-hour cooldown,
All right, it's race time, y'all. Good luck for Joker. Hopefully he gets his 4th win. Uh-oh. Can you see it?
I do have it. Did you get rugged?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
And they're off as we join this race in progress, trying to avoid any technical difficulties. In the Tropical Club Stakes, it's Alejo who got the better of it here in the early going, along with Playmaker and Valerian Soul. And it's Vault Legend Joker at even money in third here early on, and Drunken Noodle in fifth. And Caesar's Ave is rounding out the top six here as they make their way into the clubhouse turn, as they ran the opening quarter in 24 and change. And it's Joker now. Look out as he takes the lead over Alejo down at the rail. 2 lengths off the leader on the outside shoulder. That's Playmaker who rounds out the top 3. And a break of 2 with Valerian Soul and Drunken Noodle in 5th. And Seeking the Truth still runs along here in 6th, but is crowded on the outside by a whole load of horses as they make their way down the backstretch here in this 8 furlong affair. Half mile and 49 and change, and it's still Playmaker and Joker duking it out. And just like that, Joker decides to relish the lead and give it up to Alejo and Playmaker, as they are now 1-2 here as Joker drops back to third. And it's Maccabi Alni now behind Better Ride. I don't know if I'll be able to say that on stride, but moves up into second here as he starts to accelerate from the back of the pack. And now it's Playmaker who shows the way by 2, but as a new challenger, Maccabi Alni. And Joker now steps back up for third as they hit the top of the stretch and head for home. It's Playmaker by 2, Maccabi on the inside, Joker down at the rail. Joker has got the burner on today as he's looking for room on the rail. It's Playmaker trying to hold on into the final 100. Joker on the inside, Playmaker on the outside. Not going to get him today. It's Playmaker over Joker and Maccabi Elingi. 8-4-6 is your order of finish.
I think that was 1 furlong too long for Joker. He's been running at 7. He ran him at 8, and he lost by 1 to Playmaker. Shout out to Playmaker with the win. Man, that was a close race, though. I thought he was going to come back. He's got a good kick there at the end. I need to take him back to 7 furlong. Shout out to Wolof the Bandito with the win on that one. All right, let's get it set up for the next race. Let's see what's coming up next. And let's see if my clock is working yet. Come on, clock, work for me. Sometimes it does that. I don't know why.
Oh, we got a 15-minute break.
Oh, yeah,
what happened?
Plenty of time before the next race. Sometimes if a race doesn't get filled up, there will be breaks in between because a race will get canceled. I blame the rain. It wasn't supposed to rain. It wasn't supposed to rain, Mo. They told me it was 20% chance of rain, and it rained, Mo. That's what happened to Joker, just so you know. I got excuses for days.
Blame it on the rain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we got the stat and restricted stakes coming up in about 14 minutes, so we can go ahead and try to place a wager on this one, see if we can pick which horse is going to win. We only got 5 to choose from. Journey from the Palace has got a horse in this race. Let's check out the conditions. It's left dirt, and they're running on soft. We got some firm horses. Looks like they're all firm. They're all left dirt firm. So how are we going to place our bet here? I kind of like this Blind Emotion horse because it only has 1.5 star on firm. And it did end up being a soft track, so maybe that won't affect it as much. But of course, there's always lots of other conditions or other factors. So if you go in here and look at what's his name? Blind Emotion. I forgot what distance we were running at. You want to check to see it's 11 furlongs and see how this horse performs at 11 furlongs. Let's see if it's ran any 10, 11, or 12 races. So we got first place, broke his maiden in an 11 furlong race. 4th out of 5th in this allowance 11 furlong. And his first race was on a sloppy track. 7th of 8. This was also a sloppy track, and it's a firm horse. This was also a sloppy track. And he actually won that race. I kind of like him at 11 furlongs. And 12 furlongs on a good track, he got second. So, I think we might just go with Blind Emotion. We got VV Arcade in the chat. Let's go. Not Locomotion. This is Blind Emotion. From OEB Racing. We're going 500 across the board. Win, place, or show. You can't win any money, though, if nobody else bets. So, if anybody else wants to place some wagers, pick a horse. And
Hey, come on, chat. We need to get some wagering going, man. What do I got to do?
Get some money. Put some money on it. We're going to go back and bet on a couple more races, too. We want to check the leaderboard, the updated leaderboard. I wonder if Golden Stables got passed up or not. It was so close last time. And I'm going to be keeping my eye out, of course, on the marketplace.
Oh, Kryptoni knows, bro. Kryptoni knows what just happened.
Did Mo just sing an excerpt from Milli Vanilli? Well, then he would have to lip sync it, technically, wouldn't he?
That is true.
Shout out to Milli Vanilli.
No matter what you do, put the blame on you.
Kryptoni says, are y'all betting crypto? Not yet. This is the beta version 2. Once it goes live, you will be betting crypto. That's why we're getting into it early, so we can learn the system. It's a Solana blockchain project. But again, we are just in the beta, so there's a lot of play money on here. However, as we were talking about earlier, there are tickets to some of the horses that we own. Mo owns several. I own 2 horses that are actually ticketed horses that are on the Solana blockchain on the Magic Eden marketplace, and we are looking at how you can buy tickets for horses, actual horses that you can race now in the beta, but that you will also have whenever it's live and you're playing for real money. All right,
Yeah, I own way too many horses to the point where my girlfriend likes to ask what my barn looks like, and I just buy her something to distract her.
Are you serious? Kryptoni says, "Is this the same game I downloaded on the Apple Store?" Good question. That's probably the
No, it's HRM probably.
yeah, Horse Race Manager. It's the exact same game creators, game designers. But this is the version that's the crypto version.
Yeah, it's basically the blockchain version.
Yeah. That game has millions of users too, so that's why we know this is going to be big. All right, we got a Territory Classic, a 4 furlong Grade 2 sprint coming up pretty soon. I want to place a bet on this one as well since we got some time. I wish my clock worked so I could see how much time, keep an eye on it, but not today. That's so weird. It'll probably start working again later. All right.
You know, it may also be a good time to, because I did just get another message from people who always want to know how to help us out here on the night of the races. Some people might have seen my tweet, but do you have any way to bring it up, Walt? The Booster Club with the cards?
Yeah, I don't think you ever gave me a link though.
Yeah, it should be in your DMs.
Okay, I'll try to find it.
I don't know, I'll resend it to you.
All right, so what this is Mo. If you guys don't know, Mo makes really great NFTs. He made my VB Vault NFT and also a couple other ones that are really cool. They're 3D and animated, and he's making NFTs because people have been messaging him asking if they could help to support the stream, the Friday night and Saturday night racing streams. And he made these NFTs that people who want to support the stream can purchase. I don't know.
Did you find the link, by the way?
I don't. Oh no, I didn't get a link.
It showed up as like a picture. I'll resend it here.
Yeah, I got the picture. You me show the picture, the one with the triangle.
No, it shows like all the pictures in the Twitter DM. It doesn't really look like a link. It looks like a picture. That's why.
Oh yeah. It did just look like a picture. I thought he was showing me pictures. I didn't know he was leaking stuff to me. Krypton says, "Can I import my mobile horses from the iPhone version? I have a horse named Rugpool." That sounds awesome. I guarantee it's taken in this game, but I don't think he can import them. I could be wrong. What do you think, Mo? Can he import his horses from the mobile game to this game?
No.
No.
But
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd be curious to know if there, because I mean, I did kind of check it out briefly. I don't really have the time to get involved in that, but it did look very similar. So I wonder if there's, breeding algorithms, something that might be similar that you can kind of finagle around on there and test out, and then come over here and maybe they're similar because they are from the same team. So
I guarantee if you know how to play that game, that's going to give you an advantage at this game because it's pretty much, a lot similar, very, very similar. This, like Mo said, the same creators. What's up, BB Drop? Thanks for hanging out with us. These are the NFTs that we were talking about. They're on Magic Eden. I think this should be a link to them. And this is what some people have been purchasing to help support the channel, but also because they look really cool. And Mo's been doing some new ones that he's working on that's going to have some other stuff on it. I think we'll keep it under wraps for now. But you'll find
yeah, I mean, I've kind of talked about it with people over the course of the past couple of months. But yeah, I mean, that's why I asked if people using Spatial. I know VB Arcade's here. I love what he does with his art. I'd love to have like some 3D collectibles that we could put into a showroom. I would actually love to build a full, 3D modeled studio, which is like a vault, vault that we can go run the show from. And you guys can actually, help contribute to the show. And I could just send you guys those. You can bring them into Spatial and then set up all your collectibles from other wallets, inside the vault, right? I mean, there's so many different ways we can go about it. But the bottom line is we're doing it just because I want to give back. When people donate, when you're a streamer and people are like, oh, let me donate you $20, it's cool. But I'd much rather you guys get something back. So right now, again, we have the booster cards. Then we're going to move into, like I said, maybe some 3D collectibles if people are digging it. And as far as the bronze cards, if you guys are just like, hey, I only got like $5-10, I think the cheapest one is like 2 Solana. So just, make an offer of anything that's like, more than like $5, because it does cost some money to mint these things. But as long as it's like, a $5 offer or whatever, I'll accept them all for the bronze cards, just where you guys can get them and support the show. I just had to put a price on them, and I figured 2 Solana was a good starting point. But the silver is 5 Solana and the golds are 10. Again, we might do airdrops down the road. No promises because I might have screwed up the smart contract. That's on me. But yeah, Vault's got it up on stream now.
Showing y'all some cool stuff that Mo's working on for this.
Can you bring up the video that I sent you? I sent you that video, right?
Which video?
With the horse race replay on it, dude. I'm loving that little triangle looking thing.
That's the one I had up. Yeah, it looks dope.
Oh, did you have that up already? Yeah, sorry, dude. I am so upset. If there's anybody in here that knows about minting NFTs, on the Solana blockchain, when I upload this 3D image or object, and I bring it into Solana or Spatial, it shows up like a poster. But if I minted the same object on Matic or Ethereum, and I bring it into Spatial, it's a beautiful 3D object with the lighting and the effects and everything. If anybody knows about that, man, let me know. But I'm pretty sure it's something on Solana's end, so who knows? But anyway, yeah. So I'll shut up about that. Again, appreciate anybody that's been supporting. We have sold a few, and yeah, man.
And they look
appreciate
awesome.
the support.
What's up,
Thank
BB Drop from Florida? There's probably some horse race or some horse tracks out in Florida. There's even dog tracks. I've never been to a dog track though. Although I think it'd be interesting. Although I don't know. I'd feel bad too. You ever been to a dog track, Mo? They got them in New York, right?
No, I don't think so.
No,
we're mainly horses here. The only time I've been around horse tracks was when I was in Florida.
Oh, really?
I didn't go, but I was supposed to go a few times. I actually play a horse game that's minted a while back. Still kind of waiting for that to take off, but it was supposed to be the Zed Run Killer.
And it hasn't taken off yet?
Well, Zed Run killed itself as far as I'm concerned, but...
Shout out to Shelby Cobra as well as hanging out. Wants to know how I can change my look to Mo Knowz. VV Drop, there's no way you could ever be as skinny as Mo Knowz. I've seen you. VV Drop's like all buff and stuff. He's got giant muscle. He works out every day, and he wants to be a skeleton. You got a long way to go. Apparently the dog tracks are in Tampa. That's probably why I've seen them, because I've been to Tampa. BB Arcade's in the chat chilling. BB Arcade, I know you don't have a horse yet. Hit me up in the DMs one day. I will get you a couple good horses. I will hook you up so you can get in here and start racing a little bit and learn about the game a little bit. All right, we got this Staten Restricted Stakes, a perfect race for Mo. He's over out there by Staten Island, probably somewhere in that area. New York, right? It's 11 furlongs.
Yep, Long Island.
There you go. 11 furlongs on the soft track. We got Rip Roach from Journey from the Palaces horse, Unknown Stable. Paper Wings from Poverty Ranch. Blind Emotion is the horse that we bet on. Looks like we got some homies in the chat putting some bets on it. Thank you, Garf. Got some bets. That's from YSM Racing. So we got a little bit of money to win. If you actually get your bet right, you might actually win some this time. And then we got Deuce from OEB. Only 5 horses in this race. 11 furlong race, though. It's a distance race. Anybody could win it. Let's go. Good luck on this one. All right, let's check the leaderboard. Let's see if it's if we had any movement. Nope. Golden Stable still on top and has increased their lead a little bit over Solonat Stables. Last week we were looking at this, and Solonat Stables was right behind them. Probably less than 100,000 winnings left to catch up with them, but Golden Stables has broken away once again a little bit. Still the number 1 stable. Then we got Solonat, Pocono, OEB, Wolof the Banditos in 5th place, Big Brain Stables, Balthazar Mangers, YSM Racing, GBT Wimbledon, and then Valley Happy. Shout out to Valley Happy, a friend of the stream. All right, my homies, we still got a while before this next race starts. Let's take a look at some of my horses coming up, and maybe I can get a little bit of help from my man Mo, trying to decide what to do with some of these S-tier horses that haven't been able to win any races for me yet.
Yeah, which ones are we looking at?
I'm looking at Pell Arrow. Pell Arrow's got these fleet figures of 60, 68, and 86. Of course, it was a sloppy track, but even on fast, it's only 68, 73, and 90. But it's an S-tier horse. I feel like he should be getting faster fleet figures in his races.
Yeah, let me bring up one of your horses here.
Shout out to Kryptoni, says Arcade is probably the most talented YouTuber in the space. Super talented, bro. Thanks for everything you're doing. Yeah, the art he does is really amazing, and really, I don't know why you're giving away VB Arcade so many airdrops, bro. You do too many airdrops. You gotta start charging people for your art. You can't just give it all away for free.
Or you could trade some of it, VB Arcade. Like you could trade me something for one of those VB Vault, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a nice Mo Knowz logo. I'll throw one of them in there. Maybe an 80s synthwave sun. Ooh.
But he already knows that they're not 3D and spatial, though.
No, they are. 'Cause
Oh,
those
those
are
are
all
the
those are I minted all
polygons.
those on Ethereum. Yeah,
Gotcha.
those are my other collections. But
All right, Mo, whenever this race begins in 2 minutes, it's an 11 furlong race, so it's going to give me enough time to run in here and refill my coffee while you're calling that race, if that's all right.
yeah, I'm just probably bringing a pale arrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, right there, right there, firm. He's only caught one firm track. It was 11 furlong in the DGen Money Maiden.
I mean, he got crushed in that one. He must not be a distance horse.
Got crushed. Ran a 68, 73, 90. Yeah, 77 though at 11 furlongs. And again, that's something good that I think me and you talked about it weeks ago too. And now that Racer's Edge put all that race data up there, we're actually starting to see it real time, right? Where it's almost like a 15 to 18, 20%, something like that, fall off of the fleet figure from like a sprint to a 12 furlong race, right?
Right.
So if a great horse is running like 95 in a 4 furlong, the best horse at like 12 furlongs probably running at like 80s, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Oh, really? Interesting. And that's information that you see on Racer's Edge?
Yep. When you go into the horse data, like the horse itself, you can actually pull up your horses now, like I said,
Oh, nice.
on Racer's Edge. Go in there, you'll see like the colored dots. Kind of how Zed Run does their little meters up and down.
Yep.
Very similar. It's got like speed dots up and down, left to right. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say you just need to gotta run this pale arrow a little bit more, man. I'd probably try, yeah, dip it down to like probably like an 8 furlong race, try a 5 furlong race.
I need to get him
But either
into.
way, you got to catch a fast track. I mean,
Yeah. I get
you have no viable data so far.
getting a lot of tracks where it's like 20 or 40% chance of raining, but it ends up raining. What's up, BD Hinders? How did that 0% rain 4 furlong sprint turn out sloppy at 7:26? I know that keeps happening. We're wondering about that. All right, good luck, guys. It's time for this sprint.
Alrighty. Horses are at the gate. It's post time. Here on Friday Night Races. Photo finish live. Massive 5-horse field. They're all online. And they're off in the Staten Restricted Stakes. It's Garf who shoots out to the lead along with Paper Wings, and then it's Deuce Deuce up for third, and Blind Motion right alongside in fourth, and Rip Roach as this pack is tighter than a prom date, and they head to the clubhouse turn here in this 11 furlong left turning affair on the dirt. And it's the Poverty Ranch runner here who starts to kick clear at 99 to 1. That's Paper Wings now opened up by 2 over Blind Emotion. Back down on the rail in between, that's Garth and Deuce Deuce. And Rip Roach is still the trailer here, opening quarter in 25 to change. And I hope we got things to talk about today because we're only at the finish wire for the first time. 11 furlongs, ladies and gentlemen, but it's Paper Wings now opens up by 3 over Deuce Deuce. And it's Garth now who accelerates from in between and moves up in the second. Blind Emotion is now tapping the brakes on here as he starts to be passed by Rip Roach. Oh, never mind, takes it back and stays in fourth. Yeah, I know. Probably shouldn't have dropped that prom date joke. Sorry there, BB Arcade. But we're trying to let it loose here a little bit on Friday Night Races without getting canceled. And just like that, it's still Paper Wings now challenged on the outside by Garf. Party on Garf. It now opens up by 2. And it's Deuce Deuce who taps on back to second. And Blind Emotion is about to go right on by as well. And now it's Garf who shows the way. Deuce Deuce back in second. And Blind Emotion is stuck in between horses, but now starting to find more stride as they start to close the gap here on the leader. But it's still Garf who will not be denied here and it still leads the way by 3. Blind Emotion and Paper Wings down at the rail as Paper Wings has found another boost of energy here and moves back into third as Deuce Deuce might have called it a day, but you never know here on Photo Finish Live. I've seen crazier things happen, but it's Garf. Garf is still bringing it home here as he leads by 3. Garf and Blind Emotion is the challenger here on the outside. Paper Wings down at the rail, but this is looking like a one-trick pony as Garf now continues to show the way into the final 200. Garf by 3. Paper Wings down at the rail and Blind Emotion digs in. Deuce Deuce has a late boost here, but somebody should have told him it's the end of the wire as Garf takes it home with ease over Blind Emotion and Deuce Deuce.
Man, Garth ran away with that one. I wonder what we missed about Garth that made him win that race by so much. I think Blind Emotion is the horse that we picked to bet on that one. Shout out to Garth with the win. I don't know what you guys were talking about while I was making coffee, but I don't think I want to know.
Probably the first questionable joke I ever made.
He does it when I'm not watching. That's probably a smart move because I would have been like, what? What just happened? All right, guys, we got some more races coming up. We got the Yukon Allowance here in a little bit, the Golden Rod Club Stakes as well. Let me refresh and see what exactly the very next race is. Looks like we have 5 minutes and 20 seconds before the next race, which gives me time to ask Mo my next advice question. And my question for you, Mo, is now that Joker's ran 4 races, he's got 3 wins, 1 second place. He's looking like a strong horse. What kind of races should I be running him in next? Should I be going for graded races? Should I be looking for allowance races, handicaps? What do you think?
What are we talking about here?
I'm talking about my favorite horse right now, Joker. He's got. I already know that this is a strong horse. Should I start putting him in graded races? Sorry, or should I try to put him into the Derby races? Do I need to stick to some of the allowance races to get as many wins as possible? What's up, Minnesota NFTs? Thank you for the super chat, my man. Want to jump on MetaQuest?
I mean,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, good. No, okay.
Oh, he asked me if I wanted to play a game on MetaQuest. We could play some poker tonight after the stream. Stream ends in about an hour. I'm down to play a little bit of poker tonight if you want to, Minnesota. Yeah, and I was trying to decide what to do with Joker. Do I start putting him in those tough races, or do I try to just get the cheapest races possible and try to get as many wins?
So, again, we can answer this as like beta or real world when the game goes live. I think the answer should probably be the same here, though, right? When you first have a brand new horse, whether it's an A horse, A plus, S plus, whatever, and you first get this horse and it can race, right? At that point, the world is your oyster, right? You can run maiden races, you can run stakes races, you can run optional allowances, you can run whatever you want, right? But the more that you win with this horse and the more money you start to win and the more wins you stockpile per season, you're going to start to clamp down and create a really tight ceiling of where you can actually race that horse. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You're going to start to run out of options real quick, right? So my best advice for anybody's horse, if you want to maximize your value of the horse, now again, this is a free horse for you, it's not real money, but you should still try to approach it the same way. Because, again, the quicker you jump up the ranks, those would have been races that you could have won and, pocketed some more Derby, right? Had you just taken it. So, for instance, you come out, you run a maiden race, right? Now, Joker could probably win a grade 1 race right off the jump, but why not take advantage of running against horses that haven't won before, right? You might as well take advantage of the option you have. So, boom, now you want a maiden race. And then from there, you go, okay, now I look for optional allowance races with different, stipulations, right? Different requirements. And then from there, you go, okay, cool. Now I can take advantage of this because I only got 1 win with Joker. And now I'm racing against horses that might have 3 wins or 2 wins. You know what I'm saying? So you can maybe shed weight that way, and you probably have a top-tier horse now shedding weight against horses that probably aren't anywhere near as good, but they just have more wins because they've been around longer. Is it just making sense, or did I lose you?
No, it makes complete sense. So is there
Okay.
a certain amount of wins that I get where I need to start looking at graded races or stakes races, and what's the difference between stakes and allowances?
Well, you're going to run out of options, right? So you always can run maiden races. That's always going to be your first option. So every horse should win a maiden race, in my opinion. Now, could you put it in an allowance race and win? Sure. But now you can no longer run a maiden race, and you just miss your opportunity to win some money. And put a win under your belt if you want to breed. It looks good on your record, right? Then you go to allowance. Then you go to stakes races. Then you can go to the staked handicap races. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's going to go maiden, allowance, stake handicap, stakes races, graded races. Yeah, because the handicap races are still going to help you out if you're a lower graded horse. The second you moved into a stakes race, you're no longer getting that help.
Right, yeah,
Unless
I
it's-
remember that
unless-
from going to Churchill Downs, that stakes races are some of the top races.
Right, and then the next step up from there, again, would be the graded races, because those are just stakes races, which is higher stakes. Yeah, so that's going to be pretty much your progression, like a perfect progression, so to speak. Again, in real world, there's different variables that come into play. You might have optional claiming races, right? So it's like we don't even have claiming races here.
Right.
Although in the Discord,
I saw that.
Ian, you saw that, right? Yeah, they must have been testing it because they claimed the horse. That was cool. So yeah, so I mean, there will be some different variables in between that will kind of change the course a little bit, but that's going to be your main progression. I think it should be at least when the game goes live, and that's how I'm approaching it now, and I think everybody should as well, just to have healthy habits when you're playing for real money.
That makes sense. Shout out to Journey from the Palace. Yeah, we definitely watched that race. If you saw, it was my horse that actually came in first against Chief Keef, and both of your horses did really good in that race. It was a really close race. It was a good one. This is what Mo was talking about, where they posted this in the Discord server. Just claimed my first horse, and it says place the claim. So this is what it looks like when they will have the claiming races that they're going to be having in the future. And claiming races, I mean, I don't want to get too technical. Maybe we'll ask Mo to explain claiming races to us a little bit better after this race, which is just about to begin. Good luck if you're in it. Here we go.
All right, thank you, Bolt. Horses are at the gate. It's post time here on Friday Night Races.
And they're off here in the Yukon allowance. And just like that from the inside is Vikingus and Leela Sawyer, who jump out to the lead. Also showing good early speed, that's Acapulco Puff, followed by Silverlay on the outside. And down at the rail, it's Mohican Sun in fifth, followed by Rup Gem, who's running along in sixth here early on. As they make their way into the clubhouse turn in this 8 furlong left turning affair on the turf, track is yielding and smoke is good. It's the electronics, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing stinky going on here in the booth, but it's Vikingus now who continues to show the way. And a break of 3, that's Leela Sawyer, who's challenged on the far outside by Silverlay. All these runners are 99 to 1. Wish we'd see some more betting, but it is what it is. And Leela Sawyer now, just like that, goes right on by and takes the lead. And it's Silverlay now who's relegated back to second. Down on the rail is still Mohican Sun now advances into third, and Vikingus in fourth. Then it's Lobster Smack now advances from the back of the pack and finds room up in the third. Acapulco Puff in sixth here at 1.6 to 1, and has got some room to go here as they make their way into the far turn. As Leela Sawyer continues to kick clear here by 2. Silverlay is chasing the pace, and Lobster Smack down on the inside, but is now being engulfed on the outside. And just like that, it's Acapulco Gulf as they hit the corner and head for home. 3 quarters in the books, 111. Leela Sawyer on the outside, down the middle of the track. Acapulco Puff looking for room down at the rail and is found besides Mohican Sun, but it's Leela Sawyer looking to hold on with one final surge, and it's Leela Sawyer bringing home the upset over Acapulco Puff and Mohican Sun. 713 is your order of finish.
Shout out to Mario Jane Racing. First time I've seen that stable name. Gets the win here. And second place went to Acapulco Puff from another new stable I haven't seen before, Gen Max Labs. Couple of new stables getting wins, but they might be old stables. I might not have seen them before. Some of these stables, they only race with the horses that they're actually going to be playing with, that they actually have tickets for, or that they bred from those tickets, so they don't have really big stables. You don't see a whole lot of horses. Dr. Strange, you got second on that one? Was that you? Maybe that was your stable. He says I'll take second. Interesting. If so, I didn't realize that was your stable. All right, let's get our next race set up, guys. Let's get it all keyed up. I think we got 6 minutes, so we got plenty of time to get it ready. We're going to go through and see which horses are in this Goldenrod Club Stakes. Looks like I have a horse in this one. After we go through those, we'll go back and we will place a bet on a couple more races that are happening tonight. Looks like Mo's got a horse in this race. Mo's Bigfoot Stables. He's got Susie Q, the A- filly in this one.
Oh, God.
Going up against the S-tier Fred Flintstone from Miami Nation. We got Merry Christmas from Revere Ranch. Shout out to Revere Ranch. Dr. Strange said, yep, that's my only horse. Like, hey, that's a pretty good horse for being your only horse. Let's go. Congratulations on that second place. That was close to you. Almost got the win. We got Danger Vixen from Big Brain Stables. We got Poster Boom from Valley Happy. Rear Admiral from Gauchos. Madrona Ranch from Almighty JC. We got Better Star from GBT Wimbledon Turf. Here's my horse, Pell Arrow, trying again. The S-tier horse hasn't done much for me yet. We got the Court Jester from Three Daughters Ranch. Rickety John's back. That's Mo's champion right there. Mo's S-tier horse, Rickety John. Probably going to kick my horse's butt. We'll have to see. Then we got Regal Beach from OEB. Did it end up raining it's yielding. The turf is, or not the turf, but the condition is yielding. And we've noticed from past experience that seems to help horses that prefer soft conditions. So Fred Flintstone might be the one to beat here. And then Susie Q might be right with no stars on firm. Court Jester only has a half a star. Pale Arrow also only a half a star. Maybe that'll help him here on this yielding track. 4 minutes and 26 seconds. BD Hinders, that's Revere Ranch.
4 minutes and 20 seconds. What are the odds?
What are the odds? What's going on over there, Mo, with your 420?
Wow, Lord, it's just electronics, man. They're killing me.
Man, you need to get that fixed, dude. You're about to have a fire or something.
What the hell happened over here, man?
BD Hinders says, I like MC, but tough field here. MC, I like MC. Ooh, that must be one of the horses' names. I want to think of my collectibles when he says MC. Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah. I like that name, too. It's a good name for a horse. Need handicap. I had to get it on the stream. Thank you for putting your horse in on during the stream. A+ going against these S tiers. If he beats all these S horses, it will be impressive for sure. Let's find a race to bet on real quick. We got 3 minutes and 40 seconds before the next race starts. So we got time to get in on this Blue Crab allowance or the Grouse allowance. They both got 12 horses in them. This one's only 2 minutes. I want to be able to study for a second. So let's go on this one that gives us 19 minutes to bet. It's got another one that's going to be on a yielding track. So I'm going to be looking for soft horses. 7 furlongs left in dirt. So let's see if there's any soft horses. I Am Who I Am is a soft horse. Shout out to Genuine. Gene Genie. That's a tough one. 1 star on firm. Check this out. Dane K's horse has a 1.5 stars on soft. Bombs Away has 2 stars on soft. West Haven has 0 stars on soft. Ray Gun Jr.'s got a 1.5 stars. And then BS Percent Rain, 3 stars, but it's an A- horse. Probably going to be looking for an S tier horse that likes soft. This is only S tier, and he likes firm. Maybe we'll look for an S-. Bombs Away looking pretty good here with 2 stars on soft and 2 wins and 10 races. True Stoner's got a horse in this one. I think I'm going with Bombs Away. I like the name too. We'll go with Bombs Away. 500 across the board. That's going to be my pick for this race. Get your bets in, guys. If
you can't say bomb on a racetrack.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Seinfeld episode, man.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, so good.
Let's get our 500 gym, our 500. What did I say, gym? 500 Derby bet in.
They don't make shows like they used to, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I can't really watch any shows these days that are scripted. It's hard to watch.
You know what's a good show?
What's that?
It's on CBS called Ghosts.
Ghosts. Oh, it's a scripted show?
Yeah, it's like a comedy, whatever, sitcom comedy. But a young couple moves into like this abandoned house that she inherited, and they gotta like make like a bread and breakfast or whatever, and she falls down the stairs and hits her head, and now she can see the ghost that died in the house. It's mad funny, dude. It's really well written because it's got like, you know, colonial times, like an Indian dude, a Viking, so it like all these storylines that they can kind of do show like the difference of cultures and things of how people were raised and stuff. It's actually, again, I think it's really well done. My girl loves it too.
Yeah, sounds good. The kind of shows that I watch that are scripted would have to be comedies these days. I watched that Blockbuster show. I think it's on Netflix. It's literally called Blockbuster. It's actually,
that was good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And then Superstore is another one that I got into for a while. Then they canceled it, and I really liked that show, so I was kind of mad.
Superstore was funny, dude.
I know.
I like Superstore.
Shout out to Dennis O'Connor.
You watch
Well, let me check the chat real quick. They're all talking about you smoking over here. Someone says Mo knows Cheech and Chong. He up in smoke. True Stoner's blowing smoke towards you. And BD Hinders, apparently that Merry Christmas horse was born on Christmas or near it. And Dr. Strange wants to know if he missed his Mo impressions. I haven't heard any Mo impressions yet tonight, but stay tuned. It's still early.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got about 50 seconds, 45 seconds before this next race starts. It's a 6 furlong race, so it's going to go quick. 12 horses in this one, and once again we've been trying to keep our eye on these yielding tracks to decide or to go back and look and kind of analyze post-race analysis to see which horse wins and if we can determine which type of horses perform best on yielding tracks. BD Henderson has been wanting to check out Ghosts. Looks cool. I have to take the recommendation. It does sound pretty good. Grand Tour, mad funny. I haven't heard of Grand Tour. There's not many scripted shows I like. Heroes, though, if y'all remember Heroes, best show maybe ever. Season 1 of Heroes, one of the best shows ever made, y'all.
Heroes was cool.
Good luck, y'all, if you're in this race. Here we go.
All right, we now interrupt this discussion of TV shows to bring you another race. Horses are at the gate. It's post time. 12 horse field, full house. Everywhere you look. And they're off and running here. Even start for the field. But Rear Admiral got the better of it here and heads out to lead alongside Polestar Boom. And it's Danger Vixen right alongside them on outside in third. And it's Better Star break of 2 in fourth. Pale Arrow out of the Vault Barn in fifth here, and it's Rickety John in sixth, with about 5 to make up early on as they make their way down the backstretch here in the sixth furlong, right turning affair on the turf. Track is yielding and racing is good. Opening quarter in 23 and change, and it's Better Star who's the better of it early on as he splits the horses here to take the lead over Pale Arrow, and right on cue, Pale Arrow goes right on by and now has a lead of their own. Danger Vixen's down on the rail, also challenging here with that awkward eye contact. Rear Admiral back on the outside and goes right on by Pale Arrow as well. And right on cue, it's about to be over. 6 furlongs, they're already heading for home. Danger Vixen now kicks clear by 2. Polestar Boom is off the rail now and looking to challenge. Fred Flintstone is trying to yabba dabba do it, but not going to catch him today as Danger Vixen brings it home here in Goldenrod Club Stakes. 4-5-12 is your order of finish.
Shout out to Danger Vixen. Fred tried to yabba dabba do it, but he didn't make it. Shout out to Palace from the Journey. No, Journey from the Palace with the super chat. Thank you, my man. Much appreciated. Man, my horse, I don't know, man. That Pale Arrow, it's supposed to be an S tier horse, but look at it. Getting beat by A+ horses. Got beat by Merry Christmas. No offense to BD Hinders. No offense there, but yeah, I don't know. That horse is, that's one of the 4 horses that I sniped that one day. I sniped 4 S tier horses off the market for like, I don't know, really, really cheap, like 1,500 Derby each. And I gave 3 of them away, and I kept that one because it was named Pale Arrow and it was a white horse. So I thought that was kind of cool. But man,
I mean, 1.5 star, half a star, half a star. I don't know. I really feel like you gotta get 2 stars, man. You gotta get 2 stars in those first 2 ranks, you know. The third category, again, I still feel like that could be up in the air, but yeah, that 1.5 for the right and the half a star dirt.
This is what he's talking about right here, guys. The stars on the preferences. Some of my horses have really low stars, and you can breed those stars up. I mean, is there like, I guess a little bit of a strategy for breeding those stars up, Mo?
Yeah. I mean, you got to find the horses that have better stars.
And they race
Find the horse that.
They have to have the same preferences.
Yeah, because you got to worry about the preferences. You want to boost the preferences, right? And then you also want to, again, it comes down to the genetic matching of the traits, right? So you get the 0, 1, 2 genes. So you're going to want to match those. And then you also, again, want to have the preferences with the stars. Those are going to blend together as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting trying to find that perfect marriage of preferences and stats, you know?
Yeah, so this S tier horse, I mean, it's a good tier, but it doesn't have the stars. I'll probably be able to get a win when I finally race it in some maiden races and I get it up against some A minuses, maybe even an S minus I might be able to beat, but I don't think this is going to be one that's going to be running in the graded races for me. Yeah, I get these horses that got their stars up and they got high tiers apparently. Now, every once in a while, though, you'll see some horses like that Tony Rigatoni horse that has 0 stars on all 3 of them, but wins some races. And there's other horses out there. You just got to test it out and find the right distance for it, I guess. All right, guys, we got the Blue Crab Allowance coming up next. We got a 12 furlong race. This is the yielding. Speaking of which, let's go back and see who won that last race on the yielding track and see what its preferences were. See if we can learn something from this real quick. Yeah, this was that yielding track Danger Vision one, and it was one that preferred firm, only 1.5 stars. The 1-star firm horse got second. The 1-star firm horse got third. 2-star soft got fourth. I kind of thought that one would do better with the soft, but maybe yielding. I mean, for this one, it kind of went towards the horses that were firm, but really low stars on the firm. The horses that had 3 stars and 2.5 stars on firm, shout out to Rickety John, got their butts kicked. Except for my horse, who only had half a star. Should have been up there too, theoretically, but apparently not. All right, so this next race is also a yielding race. Give me a second. Let me refresh it so it pulls up. BD Hinder says he was out of class that race, but his horse has great preferences, so he's going to do well in handicap. See, your horse doesn't have to be a S-tier horse. If it has those stars filled up, has great preferences, you can make a lot of derby racing it and handicap races like we've been talking about, where the requirements require the other horses that it's racing against to carry extra weight.
Right, and that's what I was talking about before the other race, right? Like, eventually you will run out of allowance races to run. You
Right.
know, I mean, technically there could always be some requirement that you might sneak by, right? But it really, if a horse is winning 100K, I mean, they're probably not going to be racing in like low level allowance races. Just kind of makes sense. But you know, let's say they do like a haven't won 3 races in 2 seasons, right? I've seen that.
Oh wow.
So I mean, yeah, if you've won 3 races in the past 2 seasons, you can't race. But if you have a really bad month, you could retire the horse, or you could wait for the next season, which would then knock off some of your other wins, which would then probably fit you into that category, right? So now it becomes a waiting game. That's what I'm saying. There's going to be like these weird, spots. Again, trying to find that spot for your horse where it makes sense, But again, as you win more money, win more races, you're going to start to run out of races to run. And that's where you're really going to have that the decision of whether or not to retire and try to, do it all over again, or again, run bigger races. But if your horse isn't good enough to run bigger races, you got to wait. Now you can run the restrictions again, stuff like that. So there's a couple different angles, man. And I'm really curious to see how it all pans out.
Like I always say, that's the best part of being in the beta version, is so that you're figuring this out before you're actually spending money on it. Palace, Journey from the Palace is in this race. Ben Space is in this race. True Stoner's in this race. Genuine's in the race. Everybody, all the homies are in this race. I wish I had a horse in this one. All right, we got the Blue Crab Allowance. Let's check it out. Ben Spaced Horse Spaced Out is in this one from the one. Do they call it the one ho? For some reason, I felt like they call it the one ho. Is that not a thing? Maybe that's NASCAR racing.
Oh, the one hole.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Sorry, I thought you
no,
said something else.
that's me. Look, I've had that all my life, especially in college. People used to tell me that I have a problem with my speech, that I don't pronounce the L's at the end of words that end in L, like bow. I just say bow.
I
Ho.
was like, who you calling a hoe?
This is how I
Oh
talk.
my.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That gets an Indiana thing. I don't know. All right. We got Spaced Out from Ben Space. We got Tennessee Snow from the True Stoner Circle. Genuine I Am from Genuine Fantasy Farm with an undefeated horse here on this race. We got Spotty from Big Z Race Breeders. Santini from Coolmore carrying a couple extra pounds. Sinister Bows or Bows. I'm going to say Bows. Sinister Bows from Revere Ranch. Shout out to BD Hinders. We got Tiger Lily from Big Brain Stables. Don Dante from Secretariat Stables. Bounty Hawk, a B plus horse in this one from Global Gallop. We got Boulder from OEB. There's Jabroni from Journey from the Palaces Stable, Unknown Stable, and Fast as Cell. Fast as Cell. With a nice record, too. Coming down in the 12 spot. We got 12 races 12 horses in this race and a 12 furlong race. It's going to be a long one, y'all. And we got a lot of homies in the chat in this one. Hopefully we get a chat winner out of this race. We haven't used that chat winner besides on accident very often today.
Well, you had a win.
I did have one. That was the one time we got to use it. Come on, guys. I can't be the only one who gets a chat win tonight. I didn't get a chat win with my Joker horse, though. That's the one I wanted. It came in second. Ugh, that hurts. He's got 3 firsts and 1 second and 4 races. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all.
Yeah, ain't bad.
All right, guys. Good luck if you're in this race. It's race time. Here we go.
Could be in my shoes. Rickety John got freaking sandblasted last race.
All right. Well, we're not salty about it. As we move on to the next race here, horses are at the gate. $12 field, locked and loaded. And they're off in the Blue Crab Allowance. It's Genuine I Am and runs out to lead along with Jabroni on the outside. And back in between horses, that's Santini who moves along in the third, just inside of Spotty. And it's Fast as Cell, got good early speed here, moves along in fifth, followed by Boulder on the inside. About 7 lengths off the leader, though, as they make their way into the far turn here for the first time. And it's Boulder now, carrying an extra 2 pounds, but still even money. It's Spotty runs along in second, about 3 lengths in front of Santini, and it's Fast as Cell. And it's Genuine I Am down at the rail with a ground-saving trip. Now sneaks up in the fourth, and it's Sinister Bows here, shows his way on the leaderboard. Run along in sixth as they make their way into the way for the first time. 12 furlong affair, right turning on the turf, yielding track. And it's all Santini now at 99 to 1, who pokes a nose in front. And right on cue, it's Spotty who's had enough of that and takes the lead right on by. and smile for the camera as they pass the wire for the first time. It's Spotty now who shows the way over Boulder and Fast as Cell. Jabroni is starting to pick up the pace here and moves up into third in front of Genuine IM. And it's Boulder who pumps the brakes here and backs up into fifth as Santini shows their face on the leaderboard once again and moves up and make that sinister bow now. They're starting to pick up horses from the back of the pack. 3/4 in the books, 1 minute 14 seconds. It's Spotty still trying to hold on to this lead for dear life as Jabroni is breathing down his neck. And it's Genuine IM who sneaks up on the rail and moves up into second. Fast as Cell also making a move here on the far, far outside and moves up into third. And just like that, Santini pulls a hammy. He's out of here. And Spotty doesn't pay any mind and moves right along. Spotty now picks clear by 3 over Genuine IM. And in the middle of the track, it's Fast as Cell starting to lose some footing here, but Sinister Bow is taking advantage and moves up into fourth. Spotty kicks clear by 4, starts to pull away, might be their day as Spotty and Fast as Cell is the closest thing near him. Genuine IM down at the rail, but is fading fast. Don Dante is advancing from the back and may have a shot, but it's Spotty. Spotty doesn't know. Spotty doesn't know that he's got a whole field behind him, and Genuine IM kicks clear to the lead, and Don Dante in from the middle of the track to 100 meters to go, but it's Genuine IM looking to hold on. Genuine IM with 2 to go, and Genuine IM takes it over Don Dante and Fast as Cell.
Shout out to Genuine IM. Is that horse that was undefeated? Had one race and 1 win, but Genuine was in the chat earlier. That's a chat win right there. Way to go. Let's get that chat. Was the chat win? Did I mess it up? I did. Chat win. Congratulations to Genuine. Fantasy Farms is the name of that stable with the horse Genuine IM. Gets the win. The S- horse beats the S-tier horse in that one. Let's go. Can y'all hear me talk whenever they're doing the cheering on that? I probably shouldn't talk at the same time. I can actually hear it whenever it's doing the cheering. All right, let's get ready for our next race. It comes up in 5 minutes. Oh man, it's already 8:30. The night is going by fast tonight, y'all. We got enough. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 races left, and it looks like I might even have a horse in this race. It's the Golden Gate Restricted Stakes. I think one of my slowest horses in this one. Yeah, fast break. He's got all these stars though, man. Full stars on all 3 of his preferences. 8 races. Never finished in the money. He is an A- horse though. All right, let's check out to see who's in this one. It seems like all the tracks are yielding tonight for some reason. This one is yielding as well. We got XYZ from Anis F. That's a cool horse name. Down the middle from OEB. I Got Love from Anis F as well. Miliki from Big Brain Stables. We got an S plus in this one. Firefox S plus horse. Not very good on the stars. Should be interesting. Doesn't have very good stats either. Look at this S plus horse. 17 races, only 2 wins and 3 seconds. Don't have those stars, man. Those stars matter, y'all. Peanut Brittle from Original Gangster. We got Kanthaka from Silk Road Stables. Doc Shadow from True Stoner Circle. We got Go Johnny from Dane K. My horse is Fast Break. And shout to Dogs of Anarchy in the chat's got King Roger in this race. This should be an interesting one. Let's check it out. It's right turf. It's yielding. Let's see who we think's going to win. We're going to look for a horse. I don't know. The soft horses didn't really win that last yielding race. The ones with firm and just really low on their stars on firm, like this down the middle with only a half a star on firm, might end up performing well. This one's 2.5 stars on the soft. I don't know. I think Firefox is going to get its butt kicked. I have one of those horses too. You saw my S-tier horse that didn't have very many stars in its preferences get its butt kicked. We'll see if that happens to Firefox. What's up, Wiggins of Hipfire? Thanks for hanging out with us. We're about to have this race going off in about 3 minutes, the next race of the night. We're just checking out to see the horses that are in this one, see if we can figure out who's going to win it. I think Kanthaka is looking pretty good here. It's Silk Road Stables horse. 2.5 stars on right and turf preferences and only 1 star on firm since this is a yielding track. My guess is Kanthaka. The 7-horse wins this one. It's too late to put a bet in this one though, so we're not going to bet it. We got a few minutes. Maybe we can bet another race for tonight. Dennis O'Connor said just bought them on the market like 20 minutes ago. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We got the Grouse Allowance. We've already bet on that one actually. Let's see who we bet just to remember. We got our money on bonds.
You know, I'm looking through the Firefox race history, right, to see why that horse would be an S plus, right, and have such a questionable record.
Yeah.
I mean, again, right, just running a horse outside of its element. You know, I mean, it's an S plus horse, so in theory, it should be able to run graded races. But, you know, without them preferences, right, a lot of other horses that he's going against in these graded races. He's running all blue dot races. You
I,
know, early on he ran a restricted stakes, which is what this race is, and he won. He
yeah,
won for fun, actually.
I can kind of
Um,
sympathize with him here because his first race ever was the Bazin Derby with 12 other horses, and he got second place. So after that, he probably felt like his horse could compete in graded races, but he was
right, but
wrong.
again, now you've already eliminated the opportunity to
True.
go back now and win a maiden race, which is probably going to be easy for you. You know.
Good point. He did win on his third one, so he didn't get to race in any maiden races. Those are usually the easier races because you're racing against all other horses that have never won before. And he doesn't run
Yeah.
any handicaps or allowances. It's an S plus tier horse though, so if he ran a handicap, it depends on the type of handicap. But if it's one that's based on tiers, he'd be carrying all the weight. But there's other types of handicaps where he wouldn't be carrying the weight most likely, right?
Right. You're not going to carry weight. Well, no. In handicaps, he'll always be carrying weight more than
Okay.
likely.
So are there allowances where you're carrying weight, where it's dependent on your age or how many races you've won?
Yeah, I was going to say it would probably be more of an allowance race,
Gotcha.
where yeah, he'd have to find a perfect fit. You know, again, hasn't won more than whatever 20K, hasn't had more than 2 wins in the past 2 seasons or whatever restriction it is.
Right.
You know,
That
and that's
works.
something that the team is learning as well on the fly, and you can see it real time. Um, you know, you start to see the restrictions where early on the restrictions were like, what the hell is this? You know, but now the restrictions are starting to be a little more varied. We're starting to see a lot more of them actually make sense. And what they're really starting to do is they're starting to, kind of fit these horses into like a category without actually fitting them into a category. Because that's what the restrictions are there for. To prevent overpowered horses from jumping in the ranks. Again, you don't have horses from Churchill Downs going to run down there at Delta Downs, or Mountaineer. It just doesn't happen. If it does, they're at the end of their life, or it's a really, really bad breed, and they're just trying to get their money back. You know,
All right, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. And I can tell that these horses that are like the A pluses, A minus, maybe even B pluses, but whenever they get that out categorized and you're going in all these allowance and handicap races, the ones with all 3 stars on their preferences are probably going to do pretty well in those. It's race time, guys. Good luck.
yeah. And last thing I'll say is I have a B plus with really good start preferences, and I'm interested to see how I can breed that up. Let's head down to the track.
All right, horses are at the gate. That Mo guy never shuts the hell up. "11 horses locked and loaded. They're in the gate. And they're off here in the Golden Gate Restricted Stakes. And just like that, it's Ken Thaka who darts to the lead from the outside, along with Firefox and Doc Shadow. And in fourth, it's King Roger, followed by Go Johnny Go. And it's My Licky is in sixth here with about 5 lengths to make up. They're all tightly compacted here as they pass the wire for the first time. It's Stoner, Circle, and Miami Nation runners neck and neck. It's Doc Shadow and Firefox. And it's Maliki down the rails, fitting tightly here, trying to buy time and move his way up the field, but nowhere to go yet, as he's got to tap on the brakes. It's Firefox now, who continues to show the way only by a half a nose, as Maliki did find some room after all. And it's Doc Shadow who comes up along the challenge on the outside as this trio of horses runs along. And it's a break of 3. It's Peanut, Brittle, I'm hungry. King Rogers starting to move along well here as he moves up into fourth, and Kantaka's in fifth, as they got some work to do. Half mile to go, 48 and change. As Maliki now did find room up the rail and now takes the lead by half a length. As Maliki shows the way, it's Firefox is fading here on the outside, back into second. And Dak Shadow's got about 6 to go, along with Kantaka and King Roger. And it's Peanut Brittles also got some work to do, but they got about 2 furlongs left to go here as they hit the turn and they start to head for home. Firefox is now fading here as Myliki takes charge and goes right to the lead. It's Myliki by 2. Firefox down on the rail, and King Roger on the far outside. But who's going to catch this one today as Maliki's got 100 to go and trying to hang on? It's going to be Maliki taking home the win over Firefox and King Roger.
Shout out to Maliki from Big
And
Brain Stable, gets the win on that race. And second place was the old Firefox horse that we were looking at, the S Plus horse. Actually had a pretty good run there, almost won it, but came in second. All right, let's get set up for the next race, y'all. We got about 3 more races for tonight. Once again, we will be live again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Foes Day. We got a lot of new horses that are going to be able to race for the first time, including my S Plus horse, which I'm super excited about that. And my mare will be giving birth once again, and hopefully to another S Plus. And afterwards, I'll probably have to decide which stallion to match up with my mare to breed it again. Dennis O'Connor got 3rd place on that one. Shout out. That's a pretty good finish. All right, we got 5 minutes and 40 seconds. This is that grouse allowance we were looking at earlier. We placed a bet on Bombs Away from Poverty Ranch. It's going to be a 7 furlong race. Let's check out the horses that are in this one. We got Coal Mine from Original Gangster. Bold Michella from Ben Spaced Stables. Genuine's got another horse in this one. I Am Who I Am. We got Genie from Grape Syndicate. Check This Out from Dane K. We've seen that horse race on stream before. Jeepney Boom from Valley Happy. We got Ivy Street from Hollywood Stables. Bombs Away from Poverty Ranch. Riposte from True Stoners Circle. West Haven from Barbarian. Ray Gun Jr. from Jeff Dalton. And then BS Percent Rain. I heard that from Gramps Stable. All right, y'all. The conditions are yielding. The requirements for this one, you had to have a less than 3 wins and less than 14,400 of winnings. But if you had more than that, then you could race, but you would be carrying 2 extra pounds. So Bode Michella's got 2 pounds that they're carrying. Looks like that's the only horse with extra weight. We got Froey Comey in the chat. We got Cameron Crawford in the chat. The homies are here. What's up, everybody? What's up, Froey Comey? Just tuning in to listen and hang out. Thanks for hanging out with us. We got another race starting in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I got my bet on Bombs Away. Let's check out this horse a little bit.
Somebody say 420?
Again, Mo is just 420.
You said it. I didn't say it.
I probably did. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it. I guess I should be more cognizant of the numbers that I use. All right, we got this Bombs Away horse. We're going to see how he has done on, is this a 7 furlong race coming up? Yeah, it says it right here. 7 furlong. Last time he was in 3rd place. He got 1st in the 8 furlong race, 2nd in the 8. So it looks like this is his distance, or at least the owner thinks it's his distance. It's actually only going to be the 2nd time he's ran on 7. 72, 80, 95. So he's getting better better fleet figures here on 7 than he did on 8. And he won a race on 8, and he got a 2nd place on 8. So I'm feeling pretty strong. I like that. Looks like he's getting some good fleet ratings, some fleet figures. And these are the figures you want to keep an eye on when you're looking at your horses to see how well they run. If they're running on like a soft or a sloppy track, they're going to have lower fleet figures, of course. That's probably why I see this was a fast track, so I really can't really take that into account. Comparing it with these 2 8 furlong races, because those were on soft or sloppy tracks, those will always give you lower fleet figures. It'd be nice if I had like an average or an amount or a number for fast and soft tracks or even sloppy tracks that I'm trying to achieve or get to when it comes to these fleet figures. Is it like 100 on the fast tracks, would you say, Mo? You want a horse that can get up to 100 at least one of these 3 fleet figures?
Well, so I think 100 is based on like the top tier, right? So 100 would be like a perfect run.
Gotcha.
So if you're doing like 109, that means that horse went above and beyond and probably has like, you know, some sort of like super stat injected in his genes. You know what I mean? that gave him like a boost.
Oh, wow.
And again, it could be because of the distance. It could be because of the condition, right? It could be a temper thing. I think temper has a lot to do with that as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
I'm checking out some of my fleet figures now. Checking out Harley Quinn just ran that last race, the Spanish Moss Allowance against Journey from the Palace. That was a really good race. We watched it on stream. Only had an 89, but that was a soft track. Got up to 98 on this fast track, though. So you can see the difference here. And this is a horse that prefers fast tracks, but just barely.
yeah, so just for shits and giggles, pull up Harley Quinn on Racer's Edge. I'll post it in your chat if you want to grab it from there.
All right, I'll try. Can I look up name?
Yeah, you can just go to Racer's Edge, click on horses, and then type in Harley Quinn.
All right, I got her pulled up.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll see here,
nice.
right? So take a look at the fleet figures by condition and distance over on the right-hand side. Okay, you can actually sort it by early, middle, late. I like to just use the average for now, you know.
All right.
So yeah, so you can see here when he's running dirt fast, right, catching his preferred condition. He's running 83, 79, 79, 83, right? So his temper looks like it's kind of dipping him between that range here, which is like what, 5%, something like that.
Yep.
So maybe again, over time, the more you race, you'll start to see like, all right, cool. The temper on this horse. I kind of look at it like Zed Run. Remember on Zed Run how they had like the graphs with you kind of want to look for the horseshoe horses.
Yep, I do remember that.
You wanted to make sure that they weren't running a lot of medium type mediocre races. You either wanted them to be the best in the bunch or run like crap. You know what I'm saying? There's one or the other, and that's where the variance comes in. You don't want these horses to just be running like mediocre all the time. I think that's going to be a huge part of this game as well.
Interesting. Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, you can see the difference between on the soft tracks and the difference on the good tracks or the firm tracks. All right, guys, it's about time for the next race. Starts in about 20 seconds. We got this grouse allowance race. A couple of the homies in the chat are in this one. We got our bet on bombs away, and it's about to get started. Good luck if you're in this race. Here we go.
All right. Thought I got rugged for a minute, but we're good.
The horses are at the gate. It's post time. 12 horses locked and loaded. And away they go here in the grouse allowance. It's Ivy Street who gets the better of it here and darts out to the lead along with BS% Rain. Couldn't agree more. And it's Raygun Jr. also up well here to round out the top trio. And it's I Am Who I Am down at the rail in fourth, followed by West Haven in fifth. And comes bombs away as they make their way out of the chute and head on to the main track in this 7-furlong left turning affair on the dirt. Track is yielding and smoke is good. And it's BS% Rain who continues to show the way here over Raygun Jr. and I Am Who I Am. Back and forth on the outside, that's West Haven who continues to chase the pace here in fourth. And it bombs away back in between horses. It's got some room to go here and now taps the brakes, drops into sixth. And it's I Am Who I Am now, starts to excel from the back of the pack, looking for room. But it's BS% Rain looking to hold off the early challenge of Gene Genie. And just like that, it's Gene Genie at 1.5 to 1. Goes right on by and takes a lead of their own. Genie now shows the way by 3 over Bombs Away, who starts to move up from the back, and it's the top of the turn, and they're already heading for home. 200 meters to go, and they shake them up. It's Genie looking to hold on. Down the center of the track, it's Bombs Away and Jeepney Boom with the sight set on Genie, the leader. But it's Genie, say that 3 times fast. I dare you, takes it home with ease. As I'm stumbling through that one, it's Genie over Bombs Away and Jeepney Boom.
Yeah, that's a hard name. I was having trouble with it myself. Genie gets the victory there over Bombs Away. Bombs Away was the horse that I bet on. Got second place on that one. BD Hinder says, go BS% Rain. I think that's going to be a big favorite just because everybody likes that name. But, man, he fell off at the end. That A- horse, BS% Rain. Everybody seems to like that horse. All right, let's see what else we got available for race
People
night.
like the truth, Bolt.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the rain, the truth about the rain. See, the thing is, if you're new to the stream, we've seen some races where it's 0% of chance of rain, and it still rains. And a lot of times I get stuck in those 20% chance of rains with my firm horses, and it ends up raining on me. All right, we got the Conservative Club Stakes coming up next in 6 minutes. It's a 4-furlong sprint, and we got the Top G racing in this one, y'all. Top G might even hear a little bit of that Top G accent. I hear Mo doing it sometimes. I think he could do what's the guy's name? Andrew Tate accent. We're gonna see.
Well, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about me and my brothers. All right, not my Bugatti. All right, not me and my Bugatti. I'm here. I'm calling racing. Okay, I would insult so many people if I try to pull it off for an entire race.
Don't get him started, y'all. You don't want to get Andrew Tate fired up. All right, let's check to see who's in this race. The Conservative Club Stakes. It's going to be a 4-furlong race, so it's going to be a sprint, and it's a juvenile, so all two-year-old horses. We got Ain't No Fun from SoCal Stables. We got the Rug Doctor from Wolof, Uno Bodo from OEB Racing, Becky's Basher from Chadwick Farms. We got Python from Big Brain Stables, Doodoo Bode from OEB. There's my Top G. We got Damon from Chadwick Farms and the Mailman from Melvin Farms. Probably should be racing this Top G in a maiden race like we've been talking about. But I did want to get him on a race during the stream. But I've ran him in a couple maidens. He got second once and then ninth on the other. He hasn't been performing too well for me. But I haven't really found that perfect distance for him yet. I tried him at 8, tried him at 4 twice, tried him at 11 once. I think he's going to be more of a 7 or 8 furlong horse. We'll find out how he does in this race on this sprint. Seems like most of my horses do better at sprints anyway. We'll see if today's the same case. Make sure you guys are with us tomorrow night for Foes Day. We're going to see Ika Mouse finally run her first race ever. In less than 24 hours, she will be of age to race, my S Plus horse. And then her mom, Cheesy Hair, will be giving birth to a new horse. And we'll be trying to find a new mate for Cheesy Hair. I really need, I need another mare. I might have to retire Harley Quinn. I mean, she's looking all right, but I need another mare so I can start breeding more, so I can breed at least 2 horses every week. I don't know, what do you think about Harley Quinn? She's got 1 star on dirt. Her record is 11, 2, 1, and 2. Would you retire this horse, Mo, and start breeding her, or would you keep on racing her?
As my grandpapa used to say, have mercy.
Is that what he used to say, really? I'm skeptical. I don't think you're there.
Sure as hell ain't calling my grandpappy. But no, yeah, have mercy. I would definitely breed that. Yeah, breed it up. Like I said, man, it's, this is, the world is your monopoly oyster right now, Again, especially if you don't, I mean, let's face it, yeah, I can't speak for you, but people like me are probably not going to be racing S horses on a daily basis. I might have one, in my lifetime, and I'm sure, depending on how the breeding goes, I'm sure we'll be able to, work out a deal with somebody to, get something for us here in the barn.
Well, now you say in your lifetime, but whenever you say we go live or whatever, the game keeps going on for like 2 years, 3 years down the road. When you by then have S tier horses, and then with the top tier horses be like SSSSSSS pluses or what?
Yeah, you know what? That's kind of like I finally got my dream car of a 2005 Honda Civic. The problem is it's 2022. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're exactly right. Exactly. By the time I get an S horse, it's going to be freaking Z7s out there, Z++ or something. Who the hell knows? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm always skeptical on a lot of this. I'm like, oh, it could go away tomorrow, But I do think I will put money into this ecosystem, at some point, heavily. I just don't know if I would be able to afford a top tier horse, man. I think it's gonna be real interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be super expensive. Wiggins of Hipfire, apparently, well, of course, he has Hipfire in his name. He's a Call of Duty player because he says prestige level horses. Now, there's one to think about. I got a SS prestige level 2 horse. You can add skins when you prestige your horse. I know they do have skins in Zed Run.
I was gonna say he pretty much just describes Zed Run because Zed Run now has like leveling up where you level your horses into classes, and I heard that really worked out well.
Oh, really?
No, it did not. They actually shut down breeding within like 24 hours, and they said they're gonna redesign the whole system again for spring or something. I don't know. Now they're gonna have aging and stuff, but they do have skins as well. I don't really think we need to see that stuff here. I think it would be cool if we could have like maybe like patches and like certain things maybe sewn on to the jockey outfits. But I mean, I don't know, man. If I come out here and I'm calling races and there's freaking horses with neon laser lights coming up their freaking helmets, I mean, it's gonna be weird to me.
Speak for yourself, Mo. I'm trying to put a back cowl on my horse.
Can you imagine?
That would be dope.
Oh, that would actually be kind of dope.
Man,
but,
I don't know. I like that idea. I like the idea of having skins on them. I mean, they are digital, so you get to take advantage of that. But, I mean, I don't know. Some people don't like them. Like, you're old school. And there's probably going to be, it is a simulation game. It's not Zed Run, so there probably are more old school players, especially in a sport like horse racing. So I can see why. But, I mean, Wiggins of Hipfire is digging it. He says add a cape to the horse. That's a good idea. A bat cowl and a cape. Name him Batman.
All right.
Bat horse. It's over.
All right. So what you do then is you do what the NFL's been doing, right? You take the NFL game and you put it on CBS, and you don't do any of that crap, right?
There you go.
And then you put it on Nickelodeon. So you put like your AR goggles on and you hit a button.
Oof.
And now it's showing like the fun version. You know what I'm saying? Where you can freaking paint your horses and do whatever the hell you want, right?
The NFL
Maybe
does
have that option.
I would have
You
watched
know?
that. I didn't know NFL did that. I would watch that. All right, guys, it's race time. Good luck if you're in this race.
Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy. They have like they slime the players on the field. It's pretty wild.
All right. Speaking of slime, damn, my hands are sweaty here in the booth. Horses are all in line, 9-horse field, locked and loaded. And they're off in the conservation club stakes. And it's Top G who gets out in his Bugatti over the mailman and Rug Doctor in third. And back and forth here early on, it's Becky's Bashers jockeying in between horses along with Doodoo Bold. And it's Damon who's in sixth here with about 7 to make up as they make their way into the first and only turn in this 4 furlong left, turning a pair on the dirt. Opening quarter in 22 and change, and they're already heading for home, blinking it's over. And it's Rug Doctor looking to hold on here, but it's Doodoo Bold who's looking to rug their own. As Rug Doctor's down on the rail trying to hold on. Doodoo Bold on the outside. Ain't no fun splitting the horses from the back, but Rug Doctor holds strong as he takes the win over Ain't No Fun and Doodoo Bold. 216, your order of finish.
Shout out to Wolof that Bandito with the Rug Doctor gets the win on that one. Wolof was in here, I think, last night. I'm going to give a chat win on that one. Wolof's always in here hanging out with these. He gets the win there with Rug Doctor. That horse looks strong. And then Top G, see, I cursed that horse. I don't even like Andrew Tate. I named it Top G because we were joking about it in the chat that day. I should have never named my horse after that dude, and now that horse never wins. What do you expect?
Well,
That's
the problem
what you get.
now is that Top G, the real Top G, is tied up in litigation.
That's the problem. See,
So it ain't a good look. You know what I'm saying? No one's out there trying to, make Top G a winner right now.
I think you're right. If Tate gets out of jail, my horse might start winning. My Top G horse might start pulling in some victories. So we need to get him out. Free Tate. I don't know, maybe not. All right, guys, the Freshwater Invitational. We're going to end off the night with a very strong race, a grade 2. We got a grade 2 race to end the night. We got Macaib Zipping from Solonot Stables in this one. We got Butterface. I've met a couple of those from McWacky Racers. Questioner from OEB. We got Warp Speed from Big Brain Stables. Troy Callow, we watched him race, I think last weekend from OEB. And then Harry Rocker from OEB as well. OEB's got 3 horses in this race, only 6 horses, but a lot of top tier horses. I'm surprised there are not more horses in these grade 2 races with the 42,000 Derby purse. What do you think, Mo? Is there a reason why there are less horses? This one doesn't have 12 horses in it like a lot of the allowance and handicap races we ran earlier?
I don't really know what their reasoning is on why they would allow 10 or 12 slots.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, too. Some of these races, you can have up to 16 or 18 horses. This one, you can only have 10 in. I'm just surprised it didn't fill up since it has such a large purse.
Well, larger purse normally invites stiffer competition. Again, I think some people are starting to realize, like, hey, I'm probably running outside my lane. Let me dial it back. I mean, this is a grade 2. I mean, there's only 31 S plus horses in the ecosystem right now.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Again, there's more data from Racer's Edge, but yeah, I think it's like 31 S plus horses and then like 200 S horses. I mean, again, there's really not that many, horses out there that are going to be suitable for a grade 2 and a grade 1. So,
I mean, they got some S minuses in here. Shout out to Make Wacky Racers, another friend of the stream. Froey Comey says he is digging your impersonation of Tate. We got Smart Buy in the chat. What's up, Smart Buy? It is 7:30 a.m. where he's at. Man, it's almost 9 p.m. here. We're having Friday night races, not Saturday morning races. But I mean, hey, come on, hang out, grab some coffee. I'm drinking coffee anyway, so it works. We only got one more race tonight, though. This is the last one of the night. Starts in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But we'll be back tomorrow night, or in your case, tomorrow morning. For Foles Day, we're going to have the Derby race to start off the night. Let's check out the third time Derby. That's the one thing we haven't checked out yet to see which horses are on the top of the leaderboard. It's
God, Saturday morning. I couldn't imagine doing this in the morning. It'd be crazy.
I feel bad for the people on the West Coast who have to go for VV drops at 8 a.m. in the morning. That's kind of early. I don't know. I mean, I get up early anyway, but all right. So let's.
Dude, when I lived on the West Coast,
yeah,
and I was out there for the start of the NFL season. Oh man, getting watch a game at 10 a.m. is so weird to me, man. Because to me, it's always 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8:30, 8:15, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, out there, man, it's like, yo, dude, let's get up for the game. Like, all right, cool. What do you want to do? Oh, meet me at the bar. I'm like, bro, it's 9, 10 in the morning. What the hell? Like, yo, they serve egg sandwiches and we got a beer. I'm like, yeah, no, not
I
me.
don't know about drinking at 9 a.m., but I kind of like that better
Oh, that's
because
what
then
they
you
do out
got
there.
football from the second you wake up to the second you go, well, until the rest of the day. I guess they're probably
I
in
do.
kind of earlier too, though.
I might do that here. I wake up at 12:45.
Dang, I heard that. Shout out to YSM Racing Club has the top horse in the Derby. This are in the qualifying points leaderboard with Hijo de Novia. And then Balthazar Mangers, always at the top of the leaderboards, has the second horse. And then Valley Happy got a horse in the top three this time with Maserati's Bloom. That's the third time Derby. 9 horses are signed up for it so far. It's a left dirt race this time. I'm going to keep my eye on that. If it's the conditions that my S tier horses like next week, I might try to enter my horses into some of these qualifying races, earn some points, and get into this Derby race. But we'll be going live a few minutes early tomorrow because that race usually starts at 6:59 p.m. a minute before we usually start the stream. So we'll be live a little bit early so we can call that race if it doesn't rug us. A lot of times that Derby race rugs us though. All right, guys, it's almost time for the last race of the night. Looks like I got another race coming up tonight from one of my horses. I must have put him in a race too late. Let me see. Let me refresh and see which race I'm in. We got a minute
Ah, it's
before
almost
this one
9 o'clock
starts.
already. Damn.
I know, it went by fast tonight.
That's crazy, man. Almost time to go check the floor prices of my beautiful Game of Thrones NFTs.
Bro, you got one of those?
No, I didn't. I
They're
didn't buy
so
one.
ugly. I heard, somebody made an excuse about how they apparently were stopped in the middle of rendering and they're going to fix all that. But man, if you guys have seen those Game of
Sure,
Thrones
sure.
NFTs, the fingers look like, I don't know, the fingers are like super long. It looks like one of those ladies that has really long fingernails, except there ain't no fingernails, it's all finger. It's crazy.
That's like when I try to render a video at 4:30 in the morning, baked out of my freaking gourd, and then I show it to people next day, and they're like, "Dude, what the hell was that?" Because I didn't check it. Because you don't care at that point. It's like you just do it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was it's wild though, man. But I thought it was interesting. What I originally envisioned it was nothing close to it. But I'm like, damn, man, like how come somebody doesn't come up with some sort of like collectible, you know what I mean, type of deal where it's like you collect the cars and then maybe like build like I don't know metaverse armies, you know what I'm saying, that like combine together because apparently you're getting like resources and everything, but they don't do anything, and they're stock images, which I saw, which was pretty
Yeah, I
damn
didn't
funny.
like that either. All right, guys, it's time for the last race of the night, the Grade 2 Freshwater Invitational. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, however you identify, degenerates of all ages, final race of the night, and they're off here in the Freshwater Invitational, and just like that, maybe it's Maybelline and maybe it's Maccabi zipping as he heads out to the lead, and along with Questioner and Warp Speed up in third, and it's Butterface also shows good early speed here to round out the top four. And it's a break of two. It's Harry Roxer and the other OEB racer here round out the top six as they make their way to the turn here, opening quarter in 23 and change in this 8 furlong right turning affair on the turf. And it's still Maccabi zipping who shows the way here over Questioner. And it's Trois Qualo rounds up in the third and Butterface up in the fourth. And it's Warp Speed trying to trot along here and save ground in fifth, but he's got some room to go as Harry Rocker now is in sixth here and trails the field. Half mile and 47 and change, and we got some work to do as Maccabi zipping now has a challenger as Questioner replies that awkward eye contact. And after that, it goes right on by and takes the lead, and now shows the way by a nose. But it's Questioner and Traquelo now is a new challenger. Insert coin, and Traquelo wants to share the lead. And Traquelo now goes right on by and leads the way by half a length. And down on the rail, Maccabi zipping says, "Don't forget about me," as they shake him up and head for home. It's Maccabi zipping down on the rail. The one-time leader faded back into third and takes it again. But now as we make our way into the final 100 meters, Maccabi zipping shows the way. Questioner with one late surge, but not going to get him to the wire. It's going to be Maccabi zipping over Questioner and Traquelo.
Shout out to Macaib Zipping. The replay was a little bit behind on that one. But Solonot Stables got the win, and Questioner from OEB Racing, also Trey Kahlo, also from OEB Racing, takes second and third. Shout out to OEB Racing for another strong showing on Friday night races. I appreciate you guys in the chat for hanging out with us for Friday night races. Like I said earlier, we'll be live again tomorrow night for Saturday night at the races. Completely different than Friday night races. You got the
Yeah,
admin there.
nothing
Super
similar,
creative.
nowhere near affiliated with Friday Night Racing at all.
Not
But
even close. But and of course, Mo will be back with me again. We'll be having Foes Day. It's going to be fun. We got a lot of stuff planned for tomorrow. Mo, great job calling the races tonight. Appreciate you doing these streams with me. It's very fun, especially with you calling the races because you're awesome at it.
I appreciate you, man. It's always fun. Good co-host, good chat, good talk, and yeah, man, we'll do it again tomorrow for Foes Day.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeff. All right, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. Good luck on the track. Later.
Peace.